We're talking about manifesting our desires. It doesn't matter what faith you belong to, what your belief system is. All thoughts are things. And the moment you take your power back, stop giving your power to circumstances, and know that your thoughts create the circumstances. So as I have on the prompt, good morning, I am on TikTok as well as YouTube. I am streaming on both platforms. So good morning to everyone. As we get this day started, let's speak power and love and light and joy and peace. And let's create the reality we want to see, the reality we want to experience by our thoughts and our words. There is nothing impossible to you as long as you believe it, accept it, know it, trust it, be intentional about it. This is your life, so why not make the best of it? Why not make the best of life since it's yours? And since you only have now, right? You only have the moment of now. And you'll never get this moment again. Because then it's another moment, and it's another moment, and then it's another moment. And each moment you get to decide, you get to choose what reality you want to experience. Because your thoughts don't recede into the past. As Neville Goddard says, they meet you in the future. And the future is just every present moment, right? Your future is now. Your future is now. And so the Bible is mind science, it's psychological. The world is mental. Everything strains from thought. That being said, that's what makes it a manifestation book, right? Because the whole book is telling you how thoughts are things. That thoughts are things. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word what? Was God. Your word is God. Because the words that you speak, they are spirit and they are life. They are what cause things to resurrect or become made manifest in your reality. So speak in power, speak in love, speak in truth, whatever that is for you. I know people think that truth is what everybody else thinks. No, truth is whatever you think. Truth most certainly is relative. It is dependent upon the perceiver. Because my truth is not your truth. We don't live in the same world. You live in your world based on your belief system, right? Depending on where you find yourself on this land mass, right? On this third dimensional plane. You know, I don't live in the world of those outside of my perspective, beyond my awareness. And my awareness is all that matters in my world, just like your awareness is all that matters in your world. And what matters to you? What matters to you? That's what you have to ask yourself. What matters to you? Because what matters to you is what you will experience, encounter, interact with, engage with, is what matters to you. Salute the divinity within you, Durf. Hello, how are you? Grand rising, grand rising. So we are on TikTok and we are on YouTube. Double tap the screen, share the live, like the live, comment. We are awareness experiencing itself. That's all we're doing. We are awareness experiencing itself in physical form. You can take that however you want to take it. Your thoughts are your reality. They're your reality. They're not anyone else's reality. Now, some of us share similar thoughts. Some of us are experiencing similar realities, but no two people are having the exact same experience, regardless if you happen to be in the same physical place. But you will never be able to occupy my space, right? Because two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. So if I'm in a certain space, you can't be there. You'll never be ever in my space, right? I'm in my physical space, you're in yours. Even if we're sitting right next to each other, even if you sat on top of me, you still could not be in my space. I will forever only be in my space and you will forever be in yours. You guys remember that? That social media, MySpace? Ever wonder why that didn't take off? Like, I really didn't get into MySpace. I created my MySpace page, but I never really got into it. I really wasn't even really into Facebook. It took a while for me to even, like, really get into Facebook. I really didn't get into Facebook till after I got married. And I made my husband's Facebook page my Facebook page. I had deleted Facebook and everything. I was never really someone that posted a whole lot on Facebook. Because I think I joined Facebook back in 2010, 2011, but I rarely used it. Then I deleted it, and then I didn't start it up again till way after I was married. And then Yo, what up, what up? How are you? Peace and blessings. So we're about manifesting our dream life, right? We're manifesting our dream life. And it does not matter what belief system you hold, you're always using your mind, and your mind is the creative power within you. It does not matter your belief system, right? It doesn't matter what you put your faith in. It's what you think about, you bring about. Your thoughts are powerful. Your thoughts create your reality, right? And the key to this life is not to give your power over to circumstances, right? That's the key to an abundant life, a peaceful experience. To experience joy in your soul is to not allow circumstances to dictate your mood. Unfortunately, a lot of people allow circumstances to dictate. Like, oh, it didn't go the way I wanted. Oh, this person did this. Oh, this person said this. Oh, this thing happened over here. Oh, that took place over there. And it's a happening. And it depends on your perspective of that experience that's going to determine your mood, right? And as the saying goes, your attitude determines your altitude. Hey, Tam V. My parameters for my platform on TikTok, double tap the screen, 10K the easy way, then you get to come up and have your say, but this is not for a debate. I'm not here to debate anyone. I'm not here to argue with anyone. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. So if you're coming up to try to, if you want to have an open discussion and we communicate in a pleasant way, I'm all for it, but I'm not here to debate any beliefs. You get to have your beliefs. I'm not here to convince you or convert you of anything. If you don't believe that your thoughts are creative, then I don't know what to tell you, and this platform isn't for you. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't accept that it's the way you think about, it's your mindset, it's your concept of yourself, right? That your reality is based on how you're perceiving it. If that does not resonate with you, it's okay. No harm, no foul. But this platform is about transformation of the mind, the power of your mind, the power of thought, the power of word. As the script says, life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. That is by your words are you justified, and it is by your words are you condemned. So your life is in your hands based on how you think about yourself, as well as how you think about others. Because as you think as of others is how actually you are creating for yourself, because you're the only one thinking it. Since you're the only one thinking it, you're the only one creating it. You're the only one experiencing it. So I would suggest, stop thinking negatively of others, and then you'll see the world change around you. Stop thinking negatively of yourself, and you'll see the world change around you. Because if you can see that everyone is you pushed out and every thought you think is a gift, and you need to ask yourself, this thought that I'm thinking, this gift that I'm sending out, do I want it returned to sender? Do I want to experience the thoughts that I'm thinking of others? If you don't want to experience the thoughts you're thinking of others, I would say stop thinking it, because guess what? You're going to experience it because you're the one thinking it. That's how it goes. Yes. Hey, Beck. Mode, yes. You're not experiencing my thoughts, you're experiencing your thoughts. I am a reflection of you. And you're not experiencing my thoughts, you're hearing them. Not the same. You're going to experience what I'm saying if you apply it. Because people can hear but not understand. Oh, hear, O Israel. Everybody not hearing. Some people are spiritually blind and spiritually deaf. Just because I'm speaking doesn't mean you understand. Just because you hear me doesn't mean you're listening. Or just because you're listening does not mean you hear me. Because I can be saying some things that you quite can't grasp or get the concept of. So are you really hearing me? You may be hearing sounds, but you're not understanding the meaning of it. So every moment we are experiencing our story with our words. Our story. You're telling a story about your life every time you talk, every time you think. Whenever you speak on someone else's life, whenever you talk about someone else, you're really not talking about anyone else. You're talking about you, because you're only assuming things about another. The words that you're saying about another are your assumptions about them, not them. You don't see people, you see your assumptions. You see your thoughts. And if you change your thoughts about others, they would show up differently. Because why? You're not changing them, you're changing you. You're changing your thoughts. The moment you change your thoughts, your world reflects it back to you, because your world is the mirror. You are the projector. Your mind is the film. Your thoughts are the film. If you want to see a different projection, you have to change the mind. You have to change the film. Yes, mind science, the Bible, is a science book. As many tell you, it's mathematics. Mathematics is a science, right? It's psychological. Well, psychology is a science, right? It's neurology. Well, neurology is a science, right? It's anatomy. Well, anatomy is a science, right? Yes, the Bible is a scientific book. The Bible is a scientific book. It most certainly is. It's not a history book. That's the one that, because history is not a science. History is just a story. It's just somebody else's story that they decided to tell you, and then you have to decide if you believe it or not. You don't have to accept every story you hear. I say only accept stories that you want to hear. Only accept good stories. Only think on the good report. Only think on the praiseworthy stuff, right? As Philippians 4:8 says, only things that are just, noble, truth, honest, virtuous, right? Praiseworthy, of good report. Think on those things. That's what you want to give your mind to. Give your mind to the thoughts that are going to lean towards creativity, joy, peace, goodness, success, right? Who says I'm not a billionaire? Why aren't you a billionaire yet? And why do you care how much money is in my bank account? You can't spend my money. The only money you can ever spend is your own. You can only spend your money, so what does it matter what's in my bank account? You can't spend it. You can't do anything with the money that I have. All you can do is assume. I'm rich in every area of life. And if you think life is determined by dollars and cents, hey, that's your world. Be fruitful and multiply. I hope you get the $1 billion you're seeking, that you're worried about someone else having. I hope you receive it. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. So if a billionaire you want to be, then a billionaire you shall be. But can you accept it? Can you receive it? Hey, Latoxic. Welcome. Hey, Master Yi. How are you? Love and abundance, wholeness. I can't, La Toxic, you know that song? I can't help myself. I love you and nobody else. Doom, 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 doom. Sugar pie, honey pie. In love with you. I can't help because some people just like to debate. Some people can't help themselves. They just like to argue. They like to see the flaws instead of to see the beauty. Some people can only perceive flaws instead of training themselves to see the beauty. People only want to argue because it makes them feel alive, and that's okay. It's no wrongness in that. Hey, if that's what gets your juices flowing up early in the morning on a Sunday morning, for me it's almost 9 o'clock. If that's how you want to start your day, hey, do you, boo? Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Nine Rising, I don't want that. You can't take it where you go. Hey, but you can spend it while you're here. Who cares about where you're going? It's about what you're doing while you're here. If you desire to be a billionaire, hey, I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy things that I never, ever had. Hey, if you want to be a billionaire, who cares? No one's judging you but you. No one cares if you're a billionaire or not. Only you do. Because nothing matters. It only matters if you matter. If you make it matter, then it matters. And if it doesn't matter, then okay, who cares? Have fun with life. If your whole thirst in life, joy in life is to collect as much money as you want, okay. People use that script to demonize things, to heap judgment on themselves when it's totally unnecessary. Because if you read that Bible from a literal perspective, it will have you double-minded and contradicting yourself all the time. It will constantly have you contradicting yourself if you don't understand what that script is saying. Because in one place it's telling you God gives you the power to possess wealth, that God will multiply now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all things that you could ever ask or think according to the power that's in you. And then they try to tell you that it's wrong to have money. Say, what now? You just told me you would increase me. You would do greater than I ever thought. You told me if I prove you, not only will you open up the windows of heaven, but you will give me blessings that I don't have room enough to receive, and then tell me that it's wrong to have things? Are you kidding me? Because whatever you have within, you're going to see without. If you understand that your abundance within, then the abundance will be seen on the outside. Infinitely, exponentially, abundantly. What do you think abundance means? It does not mean scarcity. Abundance means abundance. Abundance means bountiful. Abundance means plenty. Cup runneth over. So much and plenty to spare. That you got so much you don't even know what to do with it all. That's what abundance is. Who cares about the flesh being temporary? You're in it now. Again, concerned about the wrong things. You came here to have a temporary experience. Is that why you're not here? This temporary body that you have, what are you doing with it? Right? What you doing with the body? You're so worried about it being temporary, but all you have is now. Well, now what are you doing with your body? Who cares if it's temporary? In this moment right now, you're conscious of it. What are you going to do with it? Complain about how you don't want this and you don't want that? Use your time and energy to condemn another person's experience? Okay. I mean, it's your choice. It's your life. I'm just not doing that anymore. Who cares? Who cares what somebody else is doing with their life? It's all about me making my life great. It's about me deciding what I'm going to do in my vehicle, in my temporary physical body. Yeah. No, I am not vegan. No. Because if someone just stated the body is temporary, why do I care what goes into it? It doesn't matter what goes into the body. It only matters what comes out of the body. What comes out of the heart. That's all that matters. Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. It's not what goes into a man that defiles the man. It's what comes out of him. It's your words that defile you, not meat or drink. Since the body is temporary, if you tell it that it's a beautiful thing, that it is beautifully, wonderfully made, and marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knows quite well, if you love your body by feeding it with good thoughts. The Bible's a spiritual book. It's talking about feasting upon good thoughts, the truth of who you are, that you're already perfect, which means you're already whole, you're already complete, and you lack no good thing. And to fast means to fast out the error, the erroneous thinking, the thinking that says that, oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I don't have confidence. I'm not worthy. I'm undeserving. Woe is me. I'm a victim. I can't do anything right. No one likes me. Fast from that. And then you'll see your world change. Then you'll see the things that you desire just start to appear in your world when you feast upon the goodness of this life. Oh, taste and see that the Lord, he is good. Oh, I'd be like the psalmist David. It says, oh, I had fainted had I not seen the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. This is the land of the living. I'd have fainted if I hadn't seen goodness dwell on this plain. Oh, we'd be men most miserable, but I'm not. I'm woman most joyful. I'm woman most joyful. Yes, every night I go to sleep, I fast. Are you kidding me? Every night. Right now, I'm not eating. I haven't ate since about 6 o'clock yesterday. So I'm actually fasting now from food. I'm not eating anything at this moment right now. And I haven't ate anything since about 6 o'clock yesterday. And I probably won't eat again until I'm off this live. So I fast every day. And most people, everybody fasts every day. Every day. Every time you go to sleep, every time you lay your head down, you're fasting. That's why they call the morning consummation. Whenever you consume food in the morning, that's why they call it breakfast, because you're breaking a fast. Duh. That's why it's called breakfast. Yes, there you go, Moon. There you go. There you go, Moonlight Lit. That's it. There you go. Hey, Cheryl. Happy Sunday. It's a good day to be joyful. That's it. But I guarantee you, if you decided to change the way you think, you wouldn't have to ever worry about what you eat. I guarantee it. If you decided to think differently, you would never have to worry about what you put in your mouth ever again. Ever. As Neville Goddard says, you will get rid of your quibbles. You will stop living your life according to dietary restrictions. You didn't come here to be restricted by life. You came here to understand that life, love is boundless. Love knows no boundaries. Love is unconditional. When you have the knowledge of self, of who you are, and the power of the I am, you will tell this body exactly what you want it to be, and it shall be exactly that. It will obey you. It will obey you. Your body is to be your servant. You're never meant to be a slave to the body. The body was meant to serve you. But you have to ask yourself, are you a slave to the body, or is the body a servant to you? Most people are a slave to their body, and that's okay. We're here to unlimit you. This platform is about unlimiting you and transforming your thinking so that you can experience the abundant life. Hey, Denaiza. What is the moral law? The moral law is love. Like, really? Do we not know that the law of life is the law of love, the law of beingness? Because there is no law against love, says the script. There's no law against love. Love is the fulfilling of the law. Come on. When you love people, you don't need a law. When I love you, I don't need to be told, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt. I don't need a book to tell me how to treat you when I know how to love you. Because the law is written on your hearts, says the script. And it's the law of love. The Bible is never about what you do physically. The Bible is what you do spiritually, what you do mentally. The Bible is mind science. It's a mental book. The world is mental. This is the thought life. We live a thought life. Everything you see is based on thoughts, your thoughts. Everything you see is based on your thoughts. Everything you'll ever see is based on your thoughts. Every time, all at once, everything you're experiencing is your thought life. It's not my thought life. It's not your neighbor's thought life. It's not your partner's thought life. It's not your parents' thought life. You're the only one thinking. And you're the only one experiencing your thoughts. Yep, we place conditions and restrictions. All right. We got 10K here on TikTok. Come up to expand, to experience joy, light, love, peace, the glory of life. We're here about, it doesn't matter what faith you have. You are the creator of your experience. I don't care who you believe in. You believe in Jesus. You believe in Allah. You believe you practice Buddhism. You believe in the Hindu gods. You believe in, the ancient Greeks or the ancient Egyptian texts, whatever. At the end of the day, everything is based according to your acceptance of it. Hello, Beck. How are you?
Hey T, Toxic sent me an invite, and I was like, okay,
Oh,
sure.
okay. Cool. How are you doing this lovely Sunday?
Alive and creative.
Beautiful. I love that. Hello, Little Toxic. How are you?
Well, hello. Good morning.
Good
How are you
morning,
doing
Grand
today?
Rising. Happy fun day. Happy
Happy
Sunday.
Sunday. It's exactly right. I'm about to head to the Colts game.
Oh, you going to the Colts game?
I am.
Oh man, they was this close last week. Man,
Oh my
they
gosh.
didn't
Don't
lose
get
to
me
them.
started.
They didn't lose. They actually lost to themselves, right? Like they had so many. Oh my god, they should have won
Yeah,
that
it was a
game.
lot of mistakes.
Yes, it
It
was
was
a
a lot
yeah.
of
They're
mistakes.
real though. They
We
real.
could
That's a
have
real
won.
team.
We could be 4-0
Yes,
right
you
now.
should have won.
Like, what happened? Yeah, so hopefully we hopefully get a win today. We'll see how it goes.
Oh yes. We got to buy, so I'll be watching everybody else.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
get to buy
yeah.
this week. Yeah,
For
no
sure.
football for the Berry Bears. Yes.
Well, hey, at least enjoy your time off from stressing out. Yes. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. I feel like the season just isn't long enough.
I know, girl. They trying to make it longer.
I think they
They probably gonna get
should.
up to like 20 games. Them
They
bodies, boy. They gotta get them bodies. Ooh,
they
they gonna
have
have
to,
to.
because those early games are so rough.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, bro dropped. Thought he was coming up to commune. Let's see. He's back. Let's see. Hello, bro.
Hey,
Hey. How are you?
my apologies. I had to switch devices. I'm
Oh, no
good.
problem. Good.
I'm wonderful today. Happy to be here again.
Great. Love that. So what's going on?
Cooking in the middle of cooking and in between the live, so I'm kind
Oh,
of
okay.
off work right now. Some red cabbage soup.
Oh, red cabbage soup. Ew, I do not like cabbage.
Really?
I'll eat the red cabbage. I will eat the red cabbage like if I'm having like a fish taco.
Oh,
I
okay,
I like the cabbage like that. But like the green cabbage, most people that cook it, it'd be so greasy, and I just don't. The
yeah.
texture of it, and then I will eat it like in a egg roll.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but just like my daughter had made some cabbage with some sausage and stuff. Something she found on, I think, on TikTok or YouTube, a recipe.
Mm,
But I'm just not a big cabbage eater, so yeah.
okay. I like red cabbage mainly because it's sweeter and it's like
Oh, okay.
it changes the color of the soup once it's boiled and stuff. So
Oh, okay. So you're a vegan?
no.
Oh, okay.
I was for a while, but not anymore. No.
Okay. Cool. Hello, Keela. Yes, wealth rising. Well, did you have anything that you wanted to talk about, or you just want to join the panel?
Oh yeah, I did. In the comments, I was speaking on love and how do you determine what love is? I guess because there's obviously like law of man, law like rules and everything out there, statutes that people have created to determine how to actually love the right way.
Mm.
And I've
Yeah.
noticed like a lot of people's viewpoint is like it's based off of how you feel and like your heart posture. But some people see certain things that can actually affect them physically and spiritually as loving.
Right, right. I actually like how the Bible defines love in First Corinthians the 13th chapter, the 4th through the 8th verse. And I like the NIV's definitional translation of it. That is patient, which means it perseveres. It's kind. Kindness, generosity, consideration, right? That it's not puffed up, it's not proud, it does not seek its own, right? It's not easily offended or angered. Not that you don't get angry, but you're not easily angered, right? You're not easily offended.
Hmm.
You don't keep records of wrong. So you're not keeping accounting every time someone quote unquote offends you. Right? Like you're not living in the past of someone else's, because here's the thing, from my perspective, no one is doing anything to you, it's your perspective of it. Because everyone is you pushed out. So how can anyone ever be doing anything to you? Because whenever you say that someone's doing it to you, then now you're giving your power away. Now you're saying somebody has the ability to make you happy and somebody has the ability to make you sad. Why would you give somebody that power?
I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense of because I was talking to a few buddies back then and they were talking about like just um relationships, and it's not exclusive to man and woman, anything. It's just how we interact with the real world, with the natural world, spiritually, how we're connected. And he had talked about how babies aren't affected by things that people are today. For example, if you were to, I'm gonna say this in a safe way, but if you were to hold like a pew to a baby's, then how would it react? It wouldn't be in a sense frightened. It wouldn't be like, it's just perception, like you were saying. Why
Yeah.
would you give someone that power?
Yep, yep, yep. And it also says that love rejoices in truth and not in evil. All right. And it says love endures all things, believes all things, hopes all things. Love never fails, because love is equated with power, right? And that power, some people call God, some people call Allah, some people call Jesus, whatever you want to call it. It is that which energizes this world, right? Some people see God as the Son, the S-U-N, but however, we are the Son, the S-O-N, which is the same as the S-U-N, which means we are the light of the world, right? We are the light of our own individualized world.
Hello?
And with that energy, hold on, Albert, and with that energy, we create based on our attention to any experience, right? It's our attention that brings life to our experiences.
And
And
we
so
can inspire others.
when you love, it also operates in forgiveness and is fearless, right? So perfect love casts out all fear, because fear is what says the script? Torment. You're tormented by fear.
Right.
And love doesn't know fear, because you weren't given the spirit of fear. You were given the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. And forgiveness is the ability to see past someone's expressions of life, right? Forgiveness allows you to see above the state that the person is occupying. So some people are occupying the state of fear, and that manifests in all kinds of ways, right? It manifests as hate. It manifests as manipulation, control. It manifests as victimhood, right? It manifests as condemnation, which is shame and guilt, remorse and regret. None of that is love. That's not love. So if you find yourself trying to control a situation, you're no longer operating in love. There's no reason to ever control anything. The only thing you can need to control is your own mind. Gain control of your own mind. That's all the thing you need to control. And when you're controlling your own mind, you're living in love. You're living in freedom. You're actually operating in truth. So that's how I perceive love. That would be my definition.
Okay. And so then I guess if you are in the state of the things that you named, would that be considered evil?
Well, evil isn't really a thing. Evil is a creation of the mind. Evil is an illusion.
But it still would be considered the absence of love. Even though it's an illusion, we can understand it as the absence of love, right?
Inverted. You're still pursuing something. It's twisted love. It's inverted love, but it's still love. That's the point that you have to recognize. It's not evil. It's not good. The person is choosing this for themselves, and this is their form of love that they're pursuing.
But based off of them acting on it, it can have a negative effect on their spirit.
On whose spirit?
Their
Who are they
on
negatively affecting?
themselves, for example.
Right.
And
Okay.
it can also people who are around who perceive it can receive the same energy, and it could affect them too.
Well, I'm only responsible for how I think. I'm not
Right.
responsible for how others think, right? So you could do something that I may not be in agreement with, but it's up to me if I'm going to judge the state.
Right.
As I was saying, do I judge the state or do I see the being that's in the state? Most people choose to judge the state as opposed to see the being. See, the being is never evil. The act may be, but that's only a judgment based on the perceiver.
So then at what point do you judge them?
I would say
Or,
only judge righteous judgment.
but what if their deed is not righteous?
Who am I to say that their deed isn't right? Why do I need to judge another person's actions?
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying what in you would cause that. Like, for example, why would you want to in the first place? I guess.
Exactly. Right. Why would you?
So what is that?
What is what?
What's causing you to want to judge or to feel a certain way or change your heart posture based off of what you experienced? Or not just what you experienced, but what state you're in or what you feel.
I feel like when you awaken to the knowledge of self, it's an automatic change of a heart posture. Like that's what goes with awakening, is to let go of the illusion of separateness, the illusion of fear, the illusion of control, the illusion of evil. Because why would you continue to operate from the dual mindset? Why would you continue to operate from the knowledge of good and evil when you know there's only unity, when you know there's only God, there's only good? But it's your choice. And I guess we get into the judgment zone because we think there's an ultimate judge at the end of this life, right? Like that's what we're told when we come into here, that when we come into this experience, we're told, oh, do you not know that you are born a loser? Because I was listening to one of my old lives and I liked how one lady said, she was like, when you're told that you're born in sin, you're told that you're automatically coming to this life as a loser. Right? And it's like, so now you have to figure out how to overcome that mindset, right? And the only way you really overcome that mindset of being a loser is when you awaken to the truth of who you are, to know that you were not born a loser. You fell into duality, which is different. The mind descended into the belief that there are two powers when it was always only one operating as two.
So then I guess out of the two operating as two, would one of those operations be wrong? Because then I guess if it was only good, what's wrong with the judgment? Wouldn't the judgment be good too? Or
Right,
said illusion?
right. But most judgment comes from right. So when I reference the script, it may be other ways that the script defines judgment, but for me, I recognize three. Someone else can bring to light if there are other places where the script talks about judgment. And they're found in the New Testament. Those are the ones I like to reference. So you have the one script that says, judge not, you will not be judged. Condemned, you will not be condemned. And then forgive, you shall be forgiven. The other one says to judge righteous judgment, which means to just think right about a thing. Whatever you're doing, always see it in sunshine and rainbows, right? To know that no matter what happens, all things work together for my good, right? That's righteous judgment. Always thinking right about it. And then the third one is be careful how you judge, because the measure that you meet shall be measured unto you again. So the same yardstick you're using to judge another, that yardstick will be measured back to you.
I have another one. A spiritual man judges all things, but he is judged by no one.
There we go. There you go. Hello, hello, hello. It's Wobbler. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Spiritual judgment and righteous judgment to me are the same thing.
Yes. Yep. To me, they are the same things too. Yep. So I feel if you're going to judge, just see as things is always working out. Always look to see the good in whatever someone's doing.
Okay, so someone's judgment on you is just their illusion in their head, basically.
Yep.
Has no effect on you.
Nope. What you think about me is none of my business.
Right. Unless they choose to tangibly execute that judgment upon you, which is what has happened and is happening.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Beck.
What do you think you were? I'm sorry, T. What do you think you were doing when you were asking me questions in the comments?
I was being curious.
Okay. You weren't making any judgments?
No.
Okay, cool.
I made judgments after I heard what you said.
All right, then.
And then I asked more questions based off of my judgment to receive more information because I became more curious.
Well, great. Stay curious. I love curiosity.
Here's the thing when I come to the awareness of self, right? I no longer perceive the world from a collective. I see it from an individual. So when I was asleep, I saw everything as a collective thing. They're doing this to us. This is happening to me. They're responsible for how I feel about me, how I see myself. Don't you know you need to be seen as human in others' eyes? Don't you want to be seen as equal? Don't you want the same respect that others get? Don't you want the same income? Don't you want the same opportunities? Don't you want, right? Like I perceive life from that perspective.
Right.
I thus no longer. I doesn't live my life from a collective mindset. It's individual now. Now I understand that it's my thoughts that are creative. I no longer am a conformist.
Yes, when you break away from the collective mindset and you start thinking for yourself instead of groupthink, it's odd. It's like you're suddenly an eagle and you're flying above the whole picture and you see everything for what it is.
Yes. 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 Hello, hello, Sirius. Welcome, welcome, God, peace and balance. Yes, yes. Hello, Marley. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Glaze. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, Ivar. Welcome, welcome, everyone into the chat. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you. Double tap the screen, share the live. Yes. So it's just like, here's the thing. We always have a choice, right? This is what religion likes to call free will. You have the ability to choose at every moment how you're going to perceive what's happening in your experience. I have realized that nothing is happening to me. Everything is happening as a result of my thinking. And so if I want things to show up differently, then they will show up differently. So if I don't have the story that some harm can come to me, then no harm can come to me. But if I'm operating my life from the mindset of I must protect myself, I must have boundaries, I must shield myself, then guess what? I'm going to create the reality where I must be in some form or fashion protecting myself. In some form or fashion, I'm going to have to create boundaries. And for some form or fashion, I'm going to feel like I'm being attacked or I have to be on defense mode, right? Because that's the reality I'm creating. So you don't build protection and then never think that you're ever going to use that protection. But if you see everyone, as this one writer says, her name is Florence Scovel Shinn. She wrote The Game of Life and How to Play It. If you see that every man is a link in the chain of your good, then everyone you come into contact with is only there to benefit you, regardless of the actions or the perceived actions that they're giving you. Because you may perceive that what they're doing is wrong, but as that Joseph story went, you thought you were doing it for evil, but God was doing it for my good. You thought you sold me into slavery to get rid of me, but yet the selling into slavery brought about victory for our family.
She probably got a call.
Yeah, sorry, that was my daughter. My daughter texting me. I'm like, girl, why you text me on my iPad? Text me on my cell phone, but it's okay.
She has a gorgeous voice.
Oh, that's the other one. The oldest one was so you're talking about the
Wow.
second one. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that told you that she did the alto saxophone and the baritone saxophone. Very musically inclined. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You was like, what? Oh,
Those are
I don't
really
even remember what I was saying,
windpipes.
but hopefully you all
Talking
got what I
about,
hopefully y'all got
yeah,
what I was saying.
Joseph. We were talking about Joseph and how
Oh, yeah.
it
So
turned
yeah.
out good for them anyway.
Yeah, even though, right, right. So from perceived, it looked like it was a bad thing. Like, oh my goodness, how dare his brother sell him to slavery? How could they do such a horrible, evil thing, right? But it appeared from the outside, right? That's why it says man looks at the appearance, but God looks on the heart, right? God is always working for your good, regardless of what it may appear to be looking like. Always know all things work together for your good, regardless of the appearance of it. You say, how do you teach your children this? Be the example. Because words don't mean anything. You can tell people this all day long, and they're going to be like, huh? They need to see it play out in your life. They don't need for you just to tell them. They need you to show them. Show and prove. The world knows things through seeing it, right? It's like when the angel came to tell Mary that she was going to be birthed with a child, right? That she was going to bring forth a child. What did he say? Go tell no man, but go do what? Go show John. John represents the world. Some people you just can't tell. You just got to show them. Show and prove, show and prove, show and prove. They only going to believe it when they see it. That's how the world operates. The world only operates from sight. The world does not operate from faith. You're to operate from faith. But the world needs proof, always. Go ahead, Beck.
The coolest thing I ever heard in fundamentalism when I was in it, and I was like, wow, that's actually wisdom right there, is preach the gospel as much and as often as you can, and when you have to, use words.
Oh, yes. Yes. Say, what we do on earth echoes throughout eternity. Yes, because nothing ever goes away. All things exist, right? All things are, regardless if you're perceiving it or not. Everything exists. Everything. Regardless if you're, here's the key to success in life. It's to focus on what you want to see, not what the world wants to show you. See, because the world will tell you some things, and they will give you thoughts to ponder and narratives and stories to believe. And you have to decide if you're going to consume it or not. You don't have to believe everything somebody tell you. It's not required. The only thing that is required is that you believe what you say, not that you believe what others say. What others say doesn't even really matter unless you make it matter. Interesting. Who is the he that we're rejecting? The he in scripture is the I am, it's not a person. The he in scripture is the I am, is the spirit. The he is the spirit, is the I am within you, is the power within you. Yes. Light came into the world and the darkness received it not. And darkness in scripture means ignorance, the unknowing. Those who don't know who they are, they will never accept who they are until they know who they are. That's why Paul says, oh, awake thou that sleeps, arise from the dead. Spiritually dead. It's not talking about anything physical. And Christ, which is the power and wisdom of the I am, shall give thee light, which is what? Understanding. You can only understand this through what? Revelation. That's why when Christ asked the disciples, who do the people say that I am? They gave him all, right? Elijah, I think it was Abraham or Moses or John the Baptist come again. He's like, oh, okay, but who do you say that I am? That's the key. Who are you saying that I am? It's about who you, not what people say about you. It's what you say about you. That's all that matters. What do you think about you? Because how you think about you is how you're going to move about in the world. So if you think that you're this lowly, decrepit soul right? You think that you're a victim to circumstances. You think you're, you can never do anything right. You can't, everything you do is like always judged and condemned by others. You operate in shame and guilt. That's not a victorious life. That's not an abundant life. That's not the peace that surpasses all understanding. That's not the joy that's full to overflowing, right? I came that your joy may be full, right? Your cup runs over, which is your heart. Your heart is running over, and what you have, you can give to others. Why? Because it's running over. And someone says, you can't pour from an empty cup. I can't give you what I don't already have. See, people try to give you something they themselves do not possess. That's why you walk away wanting.
There's in I was listening to a Carl Jung audio thing, and one of the dreams that one of the his patients told him was that she had a golden chalice and she kept going to the ocean or the source and filling it up and trying to take it to people. And then eventually she just took the cup and threw it in the ocean, and then the people went to the ocean themselves.
Yes, that's it. You have to do it yourself. We so busy want to do for others the things that they can do for themselves. That's why they say, yes, you give a person fish, you feed them for a day. But if you teach them how to fish, they eat for a lifetime, right? They eat for the rest of their lives. Stop trying to do things for others that they can clearly do for themselves. But I get it. People have a savior complex because that's what the world gives you. The world gives you a savior complex. You think you're here to save someone. You can save no one. Take off the Superman cape, put it down, and just be the light. Be the example of what good God is. Let your light so shine that men may see your good work, your God work, and glorify your God, your good, which is in heaven. And heaven is within, right? Heaven is found within the higher realms of mind.
There was another dream, another patient. He was on a beach carrying lots of babies and children, and they were so heavy, and he kept trying to carry them. Finally, he set them all down, and as soon as he set them all down, they all disappeared.
Mm. Man, I'm loving these dreams. This symbology, right?
Yeah, right? Like their subconscious
Yeah.
created a message for them to understand, like, hey, you're doing too much.
God can never. So back, I am on YouTube as well. And so this one person is saying, refusing to forsake ourselves, we put God on the waiting list. How could God ever be on the waiting list? Say what now? An all-powerful, all-knowing, all ever-existing, present help in trouble could never be on the waiting list. See how your perception of God is how you're experiencing. So this person sees that God can be put on the back burner. So then when they're praying and they're wondering why prayers aren't getting answered, because you just put God on the back burner. You say he could be on the waiting list. So he's going to be waiting. He always going to be on the waiting list for you. Never for me, though. So we have to be careful how we think we know God or perceive God in the words that we use to define all there is. Because however you're perceiving God is how you're going to experience him. And you get to experience him how you perceive him. So if you think God could ever be put on the back burner, God could ever be put on the waiting list, that God has to wait for you in order to act for you, that's why you be waiting for answers, prayers, instead of knowing that it's already done. You sitting around waiting instead of knowing.
Yep, because I remember being all sad because I didn't grow up with a dad. And I'm looking in the Bible and reading the Bible, and I'm like, I wish I had a father that was like you, or I wish I had a father. And the thought came to my mind, I'm not them. Like, I don't know why you keep trying to compare me to your earthly dads. I'm not them. And I just now had the thought, I'm not them because I'm you. And I was like, whoa.
Whoa, yes. Oh my goodness. Because people try to put their perspective of God on you and want to tell you how you perceive it. No, that's how you're the one thinking this. You're typing this out. You're writing this out. You're having these thoughts. That's how you think of God.
Somebody said,
You,
"That's your relationship with God, not mine."
yeah, say that again.
That's your relationship.
Exactly. That's your relationship. You're the only one thinking this in your reality. Ain't nobody else having these thoughts but you. And you get to have them.
Isn't it wild that it's basically your relationship with yourself, but people don't really want to acknowledge that?
Absolutely. Because every relationship is a relationship with self. Your relationship with your children, your relationship with your significant other, your relationship with your business partners, your relationship with your employers, whoever you're having engagement with, your relationship with your waitress, your relationship with, the cashier, every relationship, because everyone that presents themselves to you is based on your thoughts and assumptions about your world. Right? So if you think that there's a possibility that you can get poor service when you go to a restaurant, well, you just wrote the script of a poor service. All right. And it doesn't mean that every time you go that you will experience poor service. It just tells you it's a potentiality there. It's a possibility. Right. And so you end up getting the poor service at the inopportune time, right? But you've been talking about poor service the whole time. Yeah, these waiters and waitresses, they just not attendant as much. They're not as engaging. They're not friendly. They be mean. They want a big tip and never really want to get great service. You talk like that. And then you want to have this wonderful, amazing event. You want to go to this dinner and you just know that because you've been told how wonderful it is, how amazing it is. The service is, the epitome of, excellence. And you go at the moment you least expect is when you're going to get that bad service. Because it never happens when you think it's going to happen. It always happens when you least expect it. Always. Whether it's the thing wanted or the thing unwanted. It always comes when you don't know that it's coming.
Really trying to keep up with Jonathan's comments down here, but I don't understand.
I'm not even reading Jonathan. Hello, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to just share this little experience I had because Beck was talking about young and dreams. And I remember when I first learned like the meaning of like Jesus calming the waters was about us controlling our own emotions. And I'm sorry, I just got in with my dog. I'm breathless. But anyways, I got in an argument with my husband one night, and it was right before bed, and I was like tossing and turning because I was so mad, and it was really a lot of it was like feeling victimized, and like and just trying to wrestle with that. Like I knew like I could go beyond that, like I didn't have to be taken away because I knew what would happen. Like I wouldn't be able to sleep, I toss and turn, all that kind of emotional for me, just some high emotions, that, and then I just get carried away by them. So I went in my daughter's room and I went and lay down for a little while, and I just like my whole point was just to get calm. And it took me a while, probably took me a good half hour. And I got up and I went back in my bed and I just lay down and closed my eyes, and all of a sudden I was like at a bus stop and a bus came up and it opened the door and there was no one in the driver's seat. And I was like, that was the sign, like, I'm the driver and I can go wherever I want. It's my bus. Yeah. And that was just like so cool. And it's kind of like the whole thing, like once we start to build that relationship with our self or subconscious or whatever, we get so much help and information. But that young dream, like that just reminded me of like the power of, not giving, like, the self-mastery, like, not giving our power away to others. And that was just a cool experience that I wanted to share.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's
Carol,
so beautiful.
The other day I shared with T my dreams that I've been having since I was a kid about being in cars. And yeah, like I remember when I was little, I would be in the back seat of the car and I was like, oh my gosh, there's nobody driving the car. And then eventually, like, I was moving throughout the vehicle until eventually I was in the driver's seat.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Man.
Different dreams throughout like different stages of my life reflected where I was in the vehicle.
Oh, that is so cool. Wow, that is so cool. We are the driver. We thought it was something outside of us, right? But it was always within us, you know? And I know, you know, we take this script and we want to make it so literal from a physical standpoint, right? So the person who's commenting on YouTube is saying we want the world to love us when Christ says they will hate you, yet we try to prove him wrong. Here's the thing. The Bible, the script is never talking about anything out there. There is no out there. The world that's going to be hated is the world from within. Because when you hate the one, you automatically love the other. Which one are you going to love? Are you going to love the out there, which doesn't even exist? Or are you going to love the one that's within? Or are you going to hate the one that's within and love the one, right? So you have to determine that. But it's never talking about an out there because there is no out there. The Bible is a spiritual book. And it's always talking about what's going on in the mind of man, in the mind of the individual. We all want this to be so collective, but it's not. It's individual. And we have to stop making God be this God. Of course, you can see God however you want to. It's your world, it's your reality. I choose to see God as a loving God, a forgiving God, a compassionate God, a God that gives me the world, because the script says that all that I have is thine, and all of the cattle on 1,000 hills belong to God, right? And since all of that belongs to God, it belongs to me because all that I have is thine. Everything that I could ever possibly desire already belongs to me. The only thing I have to do is accept it. Other people will try to condemn you for wanting to experience the world. Well, why do you think you're here? You're here to experience the world. You didn't come here to condemn the world. That's what Christ said. I didn't come to condemn anything. I didn't come to destroy anything. I came to fulfill all things. Because Christ represents love, and love fills all things. He told you that. But yeah, you all think that he came to destroy. Okay. You get to have that thought. Hello, the Black Goy. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just find it interesting what you just said right now about Christ coming to bring peace when he did say, I come not to bring peace, but a sword. I'm also curious where you get your interpretation of scripture from, how you validate it.
Yo, I'm not here to I'm going to end the conversation. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm no longer discussing the opposing view of scripture. You get to have the way you perceive it. I'm going to perceive it from a spiritual perspective and not from a physical one. And when it talks about dividing or to bring the sword, it's just and was it anagram? Is that how you say it? Which means words. Sword and words are the same thing. What divides you is your word. That's it. That's the sword. That's why you're told in the script that the word is a two-edged sword. It's talking about, though, it's not talking about any physical thing happening on the earth. It's talking about what's happening within you as the being that you are. It's not about anyone else. The Bible is only about you. But if you don't want to see that, you can't perceive it from that perspective, that's okay.
Well, I used to, as an occultist, perceive it from that perspective. Satanists believe that the Bible is a book of magic written by magicians for magicians in the later centuries. That's why I'm curious, because your interpretation aligns very closely with the occult perspective of how to interpret the Bible. What you quoted right there were two separate verses that were under two different contexts. When he's referring to the Bible, in the Bible, as the word being a sword and a two-sided sword, that's a completely different passage from when he said that I come not to bring peace but a sword. He was specifically referring to war in the latter.
Well, yes, you get to see God as a God of war. I choose not to. I don't see God as a God of war.
Wait,
So
but war?
God is not a God of war. But if you decide to see Him from that
Yeah,
perspective,
it's
that's how
not what
you're
I'm.
going to experience this world. I'm not seeing God from a God of war. Like the war is spiritual, not physical. Again, and the
I
war is the war of the
understand.
mind.
That's why I'm asking, how do you decipher what parts are being literal and what parts aren't? Or is the
None of it
goal?
is ever being literal. It's all spiritual. The Bible is a mental book. It's a thought book. It's about your thought life. Everything, and that's from Genesis to Revelation is about how you think. So the Old Testament is talking about the double-minded man, which is the one that believes in two powers, which is the knowledge of good and evil. And then the Old Testament is the awakened mind, the Christ mind that recognizes that all is one. There is no division, that God cannot be divided. It's indivisible. It's an individual
Right.
perspective.
Yeah, I understand. It's the occult perspective that was passed down from Carl Jung in different atheistic occultists, but that's fine. I was just curious where you were getting your interpretation from, how you epistemologically form a
why is
foundation.
Jung an occultist? He was a psychologist. He wasn't. What? Where do you get this occultist label from?
Because, as I said, I used to be a ritual magician and an occultist myself, a practicing occultist, and Carl Jung is a big inspiration for occultism. His interpretation of the scriptures and his idea about the shadow and our integration of the shadow into our being is demonic in nature.
Says
It's
where? Where does that say that in scripture? Where do we get that from? Because now it sounds like you're reading outside of script and not within the script.
well, we go to the church fathers to get our interpretation of scripture. That's why.
That's
Oh.
problematic.
Oh, so you're listening to another person just like you say Satanists are.
That's
The only
extremely
thing is you're trying to
problematic.
decide
No.
one person. One
The
person
thing is, the
is
church fathers are from the first century. Carl Jung is from just within the last 200, 300.
Hermetica and the Buddhist texts and Hindus. It predates
Hermeticism.
Christianity.
So
So all of
occultism,
this predates
Hermeticism.
Christianity.
So Hermeticism.
You
So
can
you
keep
go
giving
back
it names, but
once
we all know
again.
what it
Well,
is. You can go back in time and see that these practices have been
who is
evolved.
Hermes Trismegistus? Can you tell me?
You.
No, exactly. So you don't know who Hermes is, but you're following the philosophies of
No, I'm
Hermeticism.
following the knowing of self.
Of Hermeticism.
But listen,
Of
this is
me,
not a
of
debate
you.
live,
Of
okay? Not
Hermeticism.
anymore. Hey,
The roots of your
the
beliefs
black
are Hermetic.
goy, the black goy.
No, the root of self
Hold
belief
on,
cannot
bro.
be
The
that.
black goy, we're not arguing. If you disagree, you're welcome to disagree. Feel free to stick around if you want to, but we're discussing other things. So, make your opinion or whatever, but we don't argue or debate on this live anymore.
Okay, I understand. You just want to indoctrinate. You don't want to have a conversation.
You're teaching. We'll
We are
learn.
having a conversation. It's
What do
just
you
not the
want to say?
conversation you want to have.
Yeah, I don't know what you want us to say. We're having a
Crazy.
discussion.
I like that
You're
though.
here to warn people of demonology. Oh,
Okay.
demonology, be careful. This is demonic. It's going to take you down a wrong path. You're going to be possessed of demons. Oh my, good golly.
It's crazy how I realized the more free these lives are, or like the more free people's mindsets are, those are the ones that are most demonized. It's insane. And
I
he
get it
was
because
upset that you didn't want to argue.
Yeah.
I get it, especially I think the only thing I want to know from him is like, why did you turn back to Christianity? Because a lot of people that say that they are studied the occultist, and like he said, he was a practicing magician. Were you using your so-called power to try to manipulate and control others? Because the thing that you think that you're going to do to others is usually what is turned against you. And I notice that most people that say that, oh, I tried spirituality, I tried seeing the Bible from that perspective, the I am, and I was a God. Yeah, you thought your power was about trying to manipulate another. You weren't operating in love. Because that's what this is about. It's about love. It's about freedom and allowing people and accepting people to be exactly where they are, and not needing them to be different. But I noticed that people that come on my live and say that, oh, I used to think that way. A lot of times they were not using this power for good. They were using it to try to manipulate and control others. And that's not what it's about. So we have another guest. Hello, hello, Mia Slave Forever. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to join the conversation and dip in whenever I see fit. But yeah, I don't really have too much to add right now. I'll just kind of chime in as the conversation flows. But yeah, happy Sunday.
Hi,
Happy Sunday.
Mia.
Hey, hey.
So I've as La Toxic started, I know a lot of you have been coming into my live and we were deconstructing Christianity. We're thus no longer. You get to have your beliefs. I'm not here to, debate, argue over what the script says. If what we're saying does not resonate with you, then if you want to debate other people's perspective, this is not the place. I'm thus no longer giving my
As
energy.
far as deconstructing Christianity, I think Christianity will self implode. Like this fundamental perspective of religion, they'll all self implode on themselves. They'll lead themselves to their own destruction. We don't really have to worry about it.
Well, they're going to be mad on Monday when Sky Daddy leave them behind, I guess.
Their rapture on Monday as well.
I think it's supposed. I don't know. Is it Monday? Did it already happen? Did all the Christians get left behind? I don't know.
I don't know. Revelation.
Well, now it's supposed to be like the 6th or the 7th. But here's right. I know that this truth is for all, regardless of your faith, right? So I'm coming from that aspect. I'm not here to make fun of, right, or to put down what they hold true and near and dear to their heart because they feel like this is what they need in order to experience this life. I'm not, because I used to be a Christian, so I understand how you can get lost and how you can fully give your life to something and not truly understanding who you are or that what love really is, right? And so everyone is free to come here if they want transformation of mind and want to have a different experience of life, because everyone is using the law. Everyone doesn't know that they are, but everyone is, every time we're all manifesting. We're all experiencing our own thoughts every moment of every time, every day, all day long. So, and so, I'm not no more than I make fun of, or I'm not here to ridicule Christians no more than I talk about Islam or Judaism, Hinduism, Buddha, none of that. I know that this world is a thought world. It's a thought life.
Right.
And those that are ready to receive this truth, they're going to find it within themselves.
Right. I wonder why though, and I just can't understand why belief is so offensive to those who don't agree. Like, why is there a tug of war? That's the part.
Yeah.
But
That's why I had to come to a realization that it was no they, it was me, right? So this platform, when I shifted, that was the reality I was shifting to with that conversation. And it was never them, it was me. I was channeling it, right? This was my channel. This was my broadcast, right? And so everyone that came in, I was receiving them into the experience, right? I decided to change the channel.
Look, mute. Put you on
I'm
mute.
putting out a different broadcast. Hey, we got a different broadcasting station. It has been a makeover. We're shifting into a different reality.
I love it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because every experience you have to take accountability for all.
Right.
And the more I can let go of the they, them, the more my life will be so much more peaceful and enjoyable. Because I don't want to tell a Christian they're not welcome to come here and understand how to use their mind to create their reality. No more than I want to tell a Muslim or a Hinduist, right? Or those who practice Hindu, right? I'm not turning anyone away from this truth, from this knowledge.
Right.
Because even on my YouTube, I would get people that would come and ask me questions. They weren't of the Christian faith. Sometimes they were Islamic faith.
Right.
And they want to understand how to use their mind, how to apply this truth so they can get a different reality, right? So this is all about inclusivity, not exclusivity, right? I'm above no man and I'm below no man. Every man is my mirror. Every man is my reflection.
We are one.
One is me pushed out, regardless of your religious affiliation.
What Earth, Wind, and Fire say? We are one.
Yes!
Or was that no, that was Frankie Beverly.
I don't know, girl. You know
Thank
better
you,
than me.
Beverly and Maeve. We are one. We are one.
We are one. We are all connected. Right. All right. So I know we use
Yes,
the
ma'am.
terminology believe. For me, believe just means to accept the thing as true. And your life is based on what you are accepting as true, regardless if it's facts or not, right? Because they will tell us facts and know that it's not a fact. But people will tell you it to convince you of it. And here's the thing, you have to decide if you're going to be receptive of the story, which means to believe it. Are you going to believe what somebody's selling? Are you picking up what they putting down? Is it necessary for you to believe anyone? Never. It's never necessary for you to accept another man's truth. You only have to discover your own. As the Christ says, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. I am the resurrection. I am the door. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say I accept that truth, but I feel like I have to too. It's crazy, but
But the
yeah,
world is built on belief. Like, think about it. The color red is called red in English, and then it's called rojo in Spanish, and then it's called something else. So we just put names on things. That nothing really is what it is. It's just
yeah.
names and labels. It's literally nothing. It doesn't make.
Especially when you get into the sound of it too. Like you had said, red or deer, two different
Yeah,
meanings as well. It can have two different meanings. It could
because
mean something
right,
else in another language.
social constructs is literally telling you to your face that we live in a world of belief, and it's not real. Things are what you make it, and if enough people are in a consensus to believe it to be true,
Yes,
it is. And
majority
in
vote.
psychology, right? In psychology, that's true. Think about things like gender and gender roles and what's appropriate. At one time, it wasn't appropriate for women to wear pants. Now it is. One time, it wasn't appropriate for men to have long hair. Now it is. People change the rules. There is no rule.
Mm.
Yeah,
There
with
is no
God, it
rule.
is a majority, as they say, right? God, you
Mhm.
are the majority at all times.
Mm.
It only
They
takes
told
you,
you
you,
were
and
a
you.
born sinner.
Me, myself, and I.
Hey,
Right?
Mm.
Just me, myself,
they
and
told.
I. That's all I got until the end.
I
You,
mean,
and you.
I'm telling you, elementary school is the worst part of domestication because it's where you learn that you aren't important. Friends are important. The social world is the most important thing. Rules are important. What people think about you is important. Reward is important, but rewards not within fulfillment and affirmation. Validation is the most important. I mean, it's just the worst thing ever.
Mm.
And it teaches you to be obsessed with the outside world.
So that's
So
why we're
yeah,
changing that's why we're changing the dynamic, changing the conversation to where we're only going
yep,
to speak life. It's all about
yes.
life, right? You get to choose every moment, every day what you're going to give your attention to. Attend to
Hmm.
life and godliness. Attend to peace, love, and light. Attend to joy, to completeness, to perfection, to holiness. You know, holiness and perfection is the same word. They both mean wholeness and completeness and lacking no good thing. You're set apart for wholeness, for completeness, for joy, for abundance. Right? We don't have to wait to
Yeah.
experience these things. This is now the new right? Here's the thing, it was always the focus, right? It wasn't that it was never not the focus, right? But I realized that the law is pure and perfect and it's immutable, unchangeable.
Hmm.
And so we know that whatever you give your attention to, what expands and grows. So when I
Yes.
continue to give my attention to that which I don't want to experience, which is the limiting talk, the fear
Yeah.
based mindset, whenever I'm talking to someone that doesn't know that they are God, I'm now going to contend with limitation.
Mm,
I'm not
that's a
contending
hard
with
one.
I'm not contending with limitation. I don't want to discuss how you want to talk about fear all the time.
How broke
You want
you
to talk
are.
about fear, then you get to have it. I say no, thank you.
Yep.
You want to talk about your limitations, guess what? You get to keep them. As one
Mm.
as one teacher would say, Abraham Hicks. You want to fight for them? You get to have them. I'm no longer fighting you with your limitations. You get to keep them. I'm
Yeah.
going to. This is about unlimiting ourselves, knowing that we're It's not even about unlimiting ourselves. It's recognizing that we're limitless.
And look, I don't even like to engage in activities or watch things or hear things that put me in a limiting mindset. You know, like I won't watch movies. I don't want to watch no movies about slavery. I don't want to watch nothing about the help. I don't even like Tyler Perry movies or shows because all of divorced sisters, the unhappy sisters, it's always something like it's always something traumatic. For colored girls, let's throw the kids out the window. The man's abusive, he an alcoholic, touching the kids. I mean, it's always something so sad and dark. I don't want to touch it. I don't want that. No, thank
Yeah, because I thought about so I referenced Michael Jordan, because I was a huge fan of him when back in the 90s, and sometimes I'll look at different inspirational videos that he said, like when he would talk to do different interviews or whatever, and I just thought about people that excel at whatever they do, and then and excelling at anything is relative, of course, always. But I think about anyone that's an entertainer, right? Anyone that is like has a chosen career in anything, right? You give your all to it, and you kind of live in your own bubble, right? So like those who play a professional sport, they're playing that sport at least 8 or 9 months out of the year, between the pre thing and then the actual season, then the post season, right? And their whole life is just that. They live in a bubble. I think about Michael Jordan. He never gave way to politics. He never talked about religion. He only talked about his competitive nature. His ability to choose the life he wanted was to be the greatest basketball player ever. He wanted to be great at what he did in the moment in time in which he was doing it, right? And that's all he gave his attention to. So if we're saying we're the limitless beings and we're here to live the abundant life and live in bountifully and wonderfully and enjoy in peace, why are we talking about anything else?
Exactly.
Why would we give our attention to anything else?
Exactly. I don't put my attention to none of that stuff because I don't want it.
Yeah. What did you want to say, bro?
That was just basically saying, yeah. But I was gonna ask, and this might be going back to religion. Not really though. It's not like a debate or anything. I just wanted to know what made you come to the realization, or I guess the state that you are in now. Because do you have history with Christianity or?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay.
It's been almost 20 years ago though. I was
Oh, okay. Yeah.
in another lifetime. Yes, I was a Sunday school teacher and all of that. It's 2018, because between like 2008 or 9 is when I left Christianity. In 2018, I kind of was like, you just be in your mind like it's got to be more to this, and so you're kind of searching out what the more is, right? And so I went down to Pan-Africanism, went atheism for tad, but those things just never resonated with me. And I was heavy into politics. And it's not that when I was heavy into politics, I wasn't active in it, but I watched it. I consumed it. From 2008 to 2006, 2018, I was heavily just consuming that over and over again. And it was really progressive talk radio. And what got me interested was when Barack Obama ran for president. And I was like, oh, well, where did this guy come from? Why is people talking about him? Who is he? And then I saw a speech that he did that they showed on MSNBC. And I was like, oh, I get it. Very charismatic. I get it. I see why they love him. He got the look. He got the talk. He got the speech. Okay, I see it. And that kind of had me lean into that more. And so when I'm interested in something, I go headlong into it. So I'm like listening to, when I'm going to work, the radio is only on progressive talk radio. When I'm driving to work, when I'm coming home from work, when I get home from work, I'm watching CNN, MSNBC. I'm watching YouTubers talk about it. Like that's all I'm doing. That in football, like that was my life. That in football, I'm consuming it. That all, and then 2018, I see now. In between that, I did like watch the movie The Secret, right? But it never really resonated. I guess that was like the seed being planted. I think I watched it like 2011, 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. And then 2018, I see this video pops up in my feed, and it says The Law of Attraction, and I watch it, and then it resonated. And I sent it to, and when my husband came home, I told him to watch it, and he had the same mind, like, yep, this is it.
Yeah.
This answered the question. And then after that, listen to Abraham Hicks, started reading all these metaphysical books, Florence Scovel Shinn, Catherine Ponder. I came in and Neville Goddard a few months after that, but I was still heavily for the first couple of years, I was like listening to Neville and listening to Abraham Hicks, but I was more Abraham Hicks and because he had 3 of her books or whatever. But then when I finally switched to Neville Goddard, I went all in with his. So I bought, also listened to his lectures and his books and everything. And then Dr. Joseph Murphy. So Reverend Ike, all of those different ones, several metaphysicians I did, read their books and lean into. But what really did is because I applied it, right? I saw changes happening. I saw that I could take a situation and revise it and experience the revision of that experience. I could see myself saying I wanted to experience a thing and then seeing myself do it without me having to do anything to make it so. It just, it just happens. And I'm not saying we don't physically do anything, because we do physically do things, but we notice that the physical action is so much less than what we used to do. We have less trying to make it so, and we're really what the doing or the motion that we have is just experiencing the result of the decision of the thought. And so that's why I know, this isn't theory for me.
Right. Wow. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I want to add something in here. Another disclaimer. We are not about to be up in here arguing on this live. So if you're trying to come up to argue and debate, honey, you're just going to be left on red. We're not doing that anymore. We want to come up and, enjoy the discussion. And
yes, if you have questions, right?
Yeah, have questions, whatever you want to do, you're more than welcome. But we're not antagonizing anyone else on this live, okay?
Nope. I will no longer be speaking against anything. I'm for all things. So I'm for whatever you want to be for, because it's your life, it's your path. It's however you deem it necessary for you, right? I'm not here to push upon and press upon anything. I just want you to take it, what we're saying, and see if it works for you. That's all. Take what we're saying here and apply it to your life and see if you get a change. If it doesn't work, hey, no harm, no foul. Because to think differently, what harm does that cause? It does not cost anything to change your mind and to think positively about your life. What is the harm in thinking lovingly about who you are? The script tells you that. The script tells you whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are noble, whatsoever things are just, for whatsoever things are virtue. If there be anything praiseworthy or of good report, think on these things. So we're not telling you to do anything other than that.
May I?
Hold on, Dorier. Go ahead, Beck.
I was just letting you know that in Haitian, he said that he comes in peace and that we're all friends. So I don't know why he's coming at Mia.
Fine, yeah, just make sure to keep that same energy when we get up here.
Well, he called me a literal liar, so I don't know if y'all saw that. That's not very peaceful.
Okay, got it. So I don't know,
Let's not skip over that.
yeah, if you want to
If you
tell
can
us
see it in
in the
Haitian,
chat
he said it in English.
what you're interested in sharing to the conversation, then we'll yeah, okay, be cool on it then.
Hello, Dorier.
Good day,
Good day.
family. I was wanted to ask you yesterday, but I know you had to go to your outing, your movie. Did you enjoy yourself?
It was interesting. I saw the symbolism. It's all about symbolism. I could see how the world would see it from the religious aspect, and how I would see it from the occultist, as people say, aspect, because you had a lot of the symbols with the triangle and the infinity sign, and this whole mindset of thinking that you're a chosen one to be given a certain place in society, right? So the person wanted to be a football, a quarterback, whatever, and it was showing you that even as a child, he was chosen in different things that went on that he was unaware of to bring him to that place. But it was showing that you had to sacrifice who you are in order to get what you want, and that's of course the world's view, right? They think the sacrifice is sacrificing your standards, sacrificing your morality, sacrificing your humanness just to become something great in society or in the world. And of course, I know the sacrifice that you ever have to make is the limiting beliefs. That's all. Go ahead, Dorier.
What was it? What was the name of the movie
Him,
again?
him,
You said Hell?
him.
Oh, him.
Him. Him. Him.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
him. You know how people, you know how the guys say, I'm him, he's him, I'm him, I'm that guy, I'm that girl, right? I'm her, right? So him. That's what it. Yeah.
Okay, and the other question was, I meant to ask you yesterday too, that I see that you made a major move, a major decision about the way people. Well, I said I don't ask questions or whatever, but I guess the controversy, and I wanted to know what made you come to that decision. I missed it. I guess that was a couple of days ago that you decided to change change your way of how you do things. What made you come to that decision as far as, I guess, confrontation or something with the people who's I don't
Yeah,
know, but what made you come to
it
that?
was a revelation. It was the revelation that what you give your attention to expands, right? The law is perfect, right? And sometimes we be in the middle of things and we don't realize that we're in the heart and center of the very thing that we're saying that we are quote unquote elevating from, and you find yourself being in the middle of the very thing that you're saying is quote unquote. That's what I'm saying. I had to draw back, get out of the judgment zone, and stop saying that what people are believing is wrong. There's no wrongness in this world. People get to believe whatever they desire if it works for them, right? We know, regardless if others don't realize it, that our thoughts are things. And that's the focus I want it to be. That your thoughts are things regardless of your affiliation with or your faith. Regardless if you're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hinduist, Judaism, whatever. Atheist, agnostic, spiritual, whatever you're calling, however you're identifying yourself. We're all using this law, and we all have the ability to transform our life by transforming our thoughts. So I want to put the focus on everyone is welcome to this live, but I'm not here to debate your beliefs. I'm here to help you recognize that your thoughts are creative. That the
And
reason,
so,
just
and
take me off
so
speaker because when I talk, I can hear the feedback.
okay, hold on. The speaker's not good. I have to get my other headphones. Okay, I just want to ask one question. I'm gonna get off. So the platform now, the new rules is you don't answer questions and I yield with that. What's the new rules on the platform now concerning your your change?
Oh, of course I answer questions. Of course you can ask questions. What? Never say we. I'll never ask
No,
questions.
no, I'm saying like people come in, who's brand new and they just be curious and they ask you a lot of questions, but then at the end they get very, very violent and and mean and say mean things. So I was wondering what was the new rules to the platform as far
Oh,
as
the
that
rule is
was
just I'm
concerned.
not going to debate with you over your belief system. That's the only rule. You're free to ask any questions, especially if you're curious about what we're saying and the thought process. But if the questions are leading to challenging and debates, then that's when I'm going to end the conversation. Because you're free to ask questions. Of course, that's how you get to know things and understand another person's perspective, right? But when it comes to, oh, but what you're saying is wrong, you're leading people astray, okay, you get to have that, but I'm going to exit the conversation then. Because I know I have no power over another. Everyone that has their own, everyone has autonomy over their own experience, right? I'm not here to manipulate or convince or convert. Some people will see it from that perspective because people really think that we have control over another because Others want you to agree with them, right? People always are looking for, well, don't you see it my way? Well, don't you see it my way? I don't care if you don't see it my way. You don't ever have to see it my way. I know this works because I applied it. This isn't theory for me. So you can say, take what I'm saying, apply it, and see if it works for you or don't. No harm, no foul. But I'm not here to argue over belief systems anymore. I don't care if you see the Bible from a literal perspective. None of my business.
Well, thank you for sharing, and I'm glad that you came to that conclusion. So thank you for all you
Thank
do.
you.
I appreciate you. And I
Yes,
yield.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so I know people think, oh, well, you're manipulating, you're trying to control people. No, no, I don't. I have no authority over anyone. Everyone has the ability to choose what they're going to receive or not. Everyone here is of their own volition. Those who agree with what I'm saying and those who disagree. But everyone, I'm not making anyone be in this room, be in this conversation.
What's
Go ahead,
what I,
Beck.
what I find interesting on TikTok is everybody wants to debate and fight and argue. Everybody is seeking some sort of I like to call it mind baiting or ego baiting. They're trying to win. They're not really even caring whether or not the information is true. They're just trying to get one up on another person. And oftentimes I've come to realize that they're not even formally debating. They don't even understand formal debate. They do everything you're not supposed to do in a formal debate. And I'm coming to realize a lot of people are emotional teenagers or children on here trying to be grown-ups talking about things they don't know or understand.
Yeah, and the thing is, everyone's free to do it though. Some people get a kick out of it. And it's just not my place to judge it anymore, right? I'm not here to say what someone should or shouldn't be doing. If here's the thing, if we're coming from the premise that life is a dream, this is an imaginative world, right? And nothing really in this reality has any other significance other than the significance we give it, right? Nothing really matters unless we make it matter, right? So what's the contention for? Why do I need to argue over what someone else is doing or not doing? Or, all I can do is share what works for me. And if it resonates with you, you'll see it, and that's the whole thing. I want it to be like we're sharing what works for us and to see what resonates with others. And the really, the aha moment, for lack of a better word, was that I started really thinking about the ones that were coming up saying, man, T, I've been watching you for 6 months, for 3 months, and I was taking what you were saying and I was applying to my life and I got results, right? That should be the focus. That was the, epiphany that I had. Was like, man, I'm having people come up here saying how they have experienced growth, experienced change in their life, how what we're saying is really making a difference for them. And I'm sitting over here arguing with people what their belief system is.
I agree. I
Unnecessary.
100% agree. Because it's like, yeah, it's like you're looking for productive, creative, building conversations, whereas these other people are looking for circular arguments. Like, I don't want to be on the carousel of this fighting all the time, or who's right and who's wrong. It's so silly. It's so pointless. It's a waste of time. And I'm not in the game of combating egos. I love my ego. I am who I am.
Yes.
But you know what it makes me think? It makes me think when people try to challenge my beliefs, I'm thinking, you must not be that confident in your beliefs because I ain't swaying. I'm pretty confident in what I believe. Why do you think you can change my mind? Like,
Yes, I was called arrogant and narrow-minded.
Me too, all the time.
Because I was confident. Because I'm like, if you can't believe that the Bible has prophecy unfolding today or blah 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 or any of that, fundamental bullshit being thrown at me, they're like, well, you're arrogant and narrow-minded because you're not leaving room for possibility or probability. I don't have to.
No.
I don't have to.
I make the rules of my game. You should try and make rules for yourself.
It's a
This is
one
my
player
game.
game. One player. Hold on to your controller. Keep your controller in your hand. Stop trying to touch mine.
Everybody trying to tell everybody else how they should play their game.
No.
Mind your business. Just mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your
Just
business.
mind your business. Yes.
Like, you don't think your beliefs and your mind is awesome? Because I think my mind, like, if I really say something and stand on business, I really believe it. And why do you not? Feel the same about yours? That, to me, that's projecting. That means your beliefs are have the ability to be swayed, because mine don't. Like, I said what I said. Leave me alone.
Right. Because here's the thing. If we want the abundant life, shouldn't that be what we're talking about? We want joy, peace, love. We want to experience greatness. We want to experience success. We want to have a world that we only thought was a dream that becomes our reality. Why wouldn't we lean into that? Why would we continuously talk about the limitations of life when there are none? Why would we continue to give our attention to things that, for our sake of expansion, doesn't matter to us? How someone else is perceiving reality is none of our business. If you don't see that you are this power in this third dimensional plane, and that it is your focus and attention that brings about your experiences in life, that is okay. Because we all once were there. We all came from that place, from that space. However, if we're no longer occupying that state, why would we continue to give it our attention? Like, give our attention to the things we want to see grow in our world. Like, because we're saying we want to be around people of like-mindedness, right? Because we all do. And here's the thing. When I say like-mindedness, I'm not saying that you can't go out into the world and encounter people with opposing views, right? Because love is going to accept people exactly where they are. That's what love is going to do. Love is going to go out into the world and is not going to need everybody to think like you for you to get along with them, right? The love is going to put you in places that your fear never will. Your fear will keep you closed off from possibility. But love is going to open up doors that you thought you could never enter when you love yourself, right? Right? Because the script says that your gifts will bring you before great men, right? Before great minds, right? And so that's the spaces we want to be in, right? We want to be at the seat of the table of wonderfulness, of excellency, right? Not limitation, right? You want to be in the room where someone says, maybe they ain't on the God talk. They ain't talking about, yeah, well, I know I'm God. And no, but they know what their mind is capable of, right? They know that their mind created that business, that life, that experience, whatever that may be. That's where you want to be in the presence of.
Yeah.
So you want to you want to be the light and draw that into you.
Yeah.
And so that's the people that are supposed to hear it. I had to check myself, because sometimes, we all get caught up in the hype of social media of wanting to be seen and wanting the views and wanting the likes and wanting the numbers, right? Because, oh my goodness, you go to this live, this person has 1,000 people in their lives, and it's like, depending on what the topic is, right? Like you said, if it's a debate, or if it's religious, right? A lot of the religious lives I have a lot of people in them, right? A lot of people that's about debating religions, they'll have and sometimes I found myself getting caught up in that. Oh, well, if I change it and I make it more of a debatable asset, maybe I'll have more people come in, right? And so but is that what I want? It sound good.
Quality over quantity.
Right. It sound good. But then when I kept seeing people coming in, and I'm not even knowing that they're watching me, right? And they're telling me, Toya, I've been watching you for 3 months, 6 months, right? And I took what you said, and I decided to believe in myself, and I decided to think differently about me, and I started to be more positive about my life, and things changed.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's not about the numbers. It's not about how many people are seeing you. It's that the right people are seeing you, right?
And you have engagement, Toya. You have engagement. Look at it. You have 43 people in here. You have a lot of people engaged and actually on your platform talking, and you have almost 24K likes. You're not supposed to have 24K likes with 43 people in here. That means the people that you actually have in here are engaged. You might have a troll or two, but your platform isn't full of trolls. Your platform is generally full of people who are actively engaged in what you're doing. So you have a lot of quality in your life. So, I think it's awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep. Then you just have to get back to one. I had to get back to one to you really have to do an assessment as to why you're doing a thing, right?
Right.
Am I doing it for the quantity, right? No, it's never about the quantity. It's about, like my husband would say, changing lives one live at a time. Like, he's so silly. Because every time we get off the live and I have someone come up, it's like, oh my goodness. It's almost like, man, but I always want to keep it in proper perspective that it's not me, it's them, right? They were just ready to receive and hear, and they just want their life to be different because they actually had to do it, right? I'm just sharing. I'm just being the vehicle in which I'm just a projection you created to give you the knowledge that you always knew, right? You always had this knowledge, you just forgot. And so the way I'm explaining it, the way I'm saying it resonates with you. And so it's like, oh, it seems so simple. Let me try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey T. I remember I shared a song lyrics with you the other day, and listening to the conversation, a thought popped in my head. Can I share it?
Sure.
The lyrics are, maybe I'll sing it. The selfish, they're all standing in line, faithing and hoping to buy themselves time. Me, I figure as each breath goes by, I only own my mind. I am mine. And so my thought was, he said the selfish. I'm not anything. I am self.
Yeah.
I don't have to put ish on it. Because when I put ish on it, that's when I'm moving from lack. But when I am self, I am moving from abundance.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Better say that, babe.
I know, right? You
You
better
better
say
say that.
that.
I ain't selfish. I am self.
I know. Hello, Alaska. Hello. So I am streaming on YouTube and on TikTok. That was beautiful. Thank you, Beck. I am self. I am. And
It's
hello.
made me think of Pharisee. I'm so sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Verse when he says the selfish, they're all standing in line, faithing and hoping to buy themselves time. The verse that comes to mind is, who can add an hour to what man can add an hour to his life by worrying? Damn, there's Bible verses and everything.
Yep. You actually shorten it, right? Man, worry causes stress. Hello, is that Zoe Major or Zoe Major? You can unmute.
So major.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right, yourself.
I'm great, thank you.
So let me just start off by saying I come in peace.
Okay. Hey, I receive peace all the time.
So I wanted to clear up some things because maybe people are taking it wrong, right?
Okay.
When I said the whole troll thing, I was agreeing with what Mia was saying as far as people go and they try to have a debate that is not structured. So you have people that try to basically overtake other people. That's who I call trolls.
Okay.
They're just there to create an issue. They're not there to really debate and process, giving information on what they want to speak out to everybody else that's listening or hearing it. So I could have sworn when I was, in the comments, just, having my little conversation, somebody brought up the whole trolls thing again. So that's why I said, let me come in here because I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying y'all are trolls.
Okay. Thank you for the clarity.
Yep, thank you for that, Zoe.
Okay, yes, so I was not privy to what was being said in the chat.
We clarify what was being said about Mia, so there's no more contention with that.
Oh, Okay, so Mia has stated something around the lines of she doesn't watch the reason why she doesn't watch certain shows or whatever case may be. And I said, well, you can't say that because if you know the names and what's been going on with them, you're already indulged in it already. Like you already have something that's in it. Your essence is already in it. Whether you watched a little bit of it or not, you can't say that you don't do this when you've already partaked.
But you're not me. You called me a liar. You said you're lying.
Yeah, because you said you don't do those things.
Okay, so if I know the synopsis of a show, if I see a preview, Tyler Perry show about divorced sisters, yeah, I'm not watching that. I don't watch that show. That is not me partaking. You don't know me. So you made a whole example out of me with no information based on
No, I didn't make no
ignorance. No,
example.
listen, let me finish. You made a whole example based on ignorance and called me a liar. That was extremely, extremely wrong for you to do that. So yeah, you was wrong for that. You don't know me. I don't watch those shows. I can know what something's about and not partake in it. That's like I know that R. Kelly liked to bring little girls in the studio and pee on them. Does that mean I'm a go? So stop saying that someone knows information about something, meaning that they're going to engage in it. You really put
Well,
20 on 10. You put 20 on 10. You had a little bit of too much dip on your chip, and you called me a liar, and that was greatly offensive.
so okay.
So please
So
apologize for calling me a
I'm not.
liar.
No. I'm not gonna apologize yet.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
not
gonna
gonna
apologize.
apologize, and we done
Please,
talking.
please
I'm not gonna
apologize.
because again, I didn't come in here with no negative anything.
Called me a
So
liar. That's
you can't
negative.
say
You're gonna have to apologize for calling me a
you
liar.
cannot say that you do
I
like
can say
because you
whatever
hear
I want to say
synopsis.
because I am.
Go ahead.
That's
I
I'm
actually
not. I'm
can.
not. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm not trying
No,
to do
you
none of
you're
that.
not.
you
You're
are
gonna
by telling
apologize for
her
calling me a liar.
you're telling her her perspective is wrong and that's problematic. So it's
Okay.
arguing it
All right.
and
All
is
right. Let's do this.
deceptive.
Let's do
If you're
this.
gonna
Let's do
come
this.
up here and tell
Let's
me
do this.
that, you
Okay.
are
Okay.
gonna
Let's do this.
apologize for
I
calling me a
apologize.
liar.
Right. I apologize. Here we go. Once again, you can't say because you're using the name Tyler Perry as part of his whatever he uses that oh you can't I can't watch a synopsis or I can't watch a preview of whatever case it may be. It's not only Tyler Perry. There's a bunch of shows. There's a bunch of things that you've already indulged in
How do
that
you
you
know
can't
what
say
I
you've
do?
never.
You know me?
Oh my lord!
Do you
So
know me
you
though?
don't watch no TVs. You
Do
don't do
you know
nothing.
me?
The
Why are
fact
you
You don't watch no
asking me?
TVs.
Why
No
are you
nothing.
asking me?
you
I
can't
thought you
ask.
knew. I thought you knew.
Exactly.
You don't watch no
I
TVs. No
thought. Why are
nothing.
you
Right?
asking me? I
You
thought you
don't listen to
knew.
no music. No nothing. Right?
Why are you asking me? I thought you knew.
This is what you said.
Why are
I'm
you
going by what you
asking
said.
me? I thought you knew.
I
I'm going
guess
by what you
hold
said.
on, hold on, y'all. Why does it matter what someone else is doing?
He
No,
is
that's what I'm saying.
you're too
That's what I'm
preoccupied with
saying.
me and what my eyes see and what I indulge
No,
in.
again, when I came in, she said she
Keep your
doesn't
hands
do
on your
ABC,
controller. Keep your hands on your
right?
controller, sir.
All I'm asking is, how can you say that when
With my mouth.
you've watched all these stuff already?
With my you don't know what I watch. How old am I? Do you know how old
So
I
you don't
am?
watch no TV, you
Okay,
don't
I'm
listen
gonna
to
give
no
you a
music.
quiz. No, hold on.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna mute
Hold
after
on, hold on,
this.
hold on, hold on, hold on,
Let me
hold
give
on,
you.
hold on, hold on,
How old am
hold
I,
on. Let me
Joey?
speak. Mia. Let me speak. The issue here is we didn't even need to revisit this.
Of course not.
We did not need to revisit what was said in the comments because this was a new moment. That was a then moment.
hmm
And the new moment was him saying he wasn't coming here to troll. I'm gonna say, Mia, just what another person thinks about you is what?
I don't understand why he's so
No.
preoccupied.
What another person thinks about you is what? None of your
Dude,
business.
not
None of your business. So why do you need an
none of
apology?
my business.
So why do you need an apology?
I don't. Beck thought I did. I don't. Beck thought I needed an apology.
Hold on, because that's what we're
Beck
arguing
opened
about.
the door. I didn't need
I
this.
know. So the topic of an apology never needs to surface.
Absolutely.
You don't care because what he thinks about you does not define you, correct?
Absolutely.
He don't know you from
Nowhere.
in the
Kind
moon.
of paint.
He don't know when my birthday is. He don't know how old I am, and he don't even know what color eyes I
Let's
am.
not be offended by another person's thoughts.
I'm not offended, and I don't need an
Right.
apology.
Right.
So we're
Right.
good.
Right. So let's move on. From
Beck
that.
opened the door.
Let's move on from that. From
My
that.
apologies. My apologies.
No problem. No need for apologies. I don't. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Hey, and I'm gonna apologize for somebody that act like they know you. I apologize for that.
It's okay. It's okay. when we can get in a space where we don't need people to be different, so we be good, man, we won't think that someone else has to change their perspective of us for us to know who we are. I don't need you to agree with who I am. I know who I am, regardless if you see it or not. Because actually, the thoughts that someone thinks about you is really the thoughts they're saying about them. Why? Because remember, they're the only thinker in their reality.
Can I say
People don't
something?
get that. The thoughts you think, you're thinking that. So
Can
you're
I say something?
creating it.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Like I said, I came in here in peace, not trying to rattle anybody up in in y'all panel, none of that stuff. I'm only going by when I first came in on what she said, not a thing of what
I
I
know, but
thought
here's the
or
thing. I don't want to
explained.
revisit that.
No, I know, I know,
Right,
I
right.
know,
You
I know.
said you already told us that. You gave us your
Yeah.
perspective. We accepted it. I
hmm
don't know why we went back in time. There that only exists in the mind, and we didn't have to bring it up. Let's move
True.
past that because that's only brought about contention. And
hmm
how is that edifying? It's not. You
So,
know,
yeah. So again,
because you get
I'm
to have your perspective about what she said. To me, it's a misunderstanding
of
because
course
again, we don't flush out what we're saying, and contextualizing things does bring light to it, right? So she knows what she meant by what she said. You necessarily didn't agree with it, and you wanted to give your own assumption about what she said, but that's okay. Two different realities. That's why I say we're never experiencing the same world ever. You two are on different planets, in two different galaxies, two different universes. And so you can't have a reason of the mind when you are not saying the same thing.
hmm
This is just an example of when two people having a conversation and do not see eye to eye because the two people don't understand where the other one is coming from because you're seeing it from your perspective and she's seeing it from hers.
true.
And that's okay. It's okay that we have different perspectives. It's okay. That's all I just want to say. I just wanted to say that it's okay.
No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Okay. No more ish.
There was never any though.
Bro,
That's what I'm trying to
right.
say. There was never any though.
We
Yep.
good, Mia. We good, Mia Slay forever. My girl.
You
My
too.
girl. My girl. My girl. We just want to keep it light. Light. Let's lighten it back up. Let's lighten it. Yes, let's lighten it back up. Light it
Julia,
up.
give us a song. Kiki
My
song.
girl. My girl. My girl.
Hey,
Talking about my girl, Mia.
hey.
Ooh.
Mia means mine. Mia means mine.
Oh, but so did you have anything else you wanted to say moving past that? Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Oh no, I mean I'm engaged. I'm just,
Oh,
you
okay.
can see I'm down in the chats, chatting it up. Go ahead, ask,
Yeah.
go
I
ahead, ask me
appreciate
some
that.
questions. I responded to the questions. Like I said, I come in peace. That's why I did my little alien sign and everything. So it's nothing as far as me coming in here trying to troll or do anything like that. That's why I came in and I said off top. I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to call y'all trolls or whatever. I'm going by what the conversation is. People
Right.
come in and they can't exchange whatever they're doing. You have trolls who try to make it more than what it is, or they make it beyond what it is. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
Trolls coming around trying to ego bait 100%.
Exactly. That's why I came in and I said I'm not in here for no,
But
no crazy. So
remember back. What's my third prompt? We are writing our story with our words.
Yep, we are writing our story with our words.
So what did you just say?
Trolls coming into ego bait.
Hey, that's your reality. I don't know nothing about it.
Okay, you know what? I don't know nothing
I
about
don't know
that
nothing about that
either.
life. I don't know nothing about that life. That ain't my reality.
You know what? You're right, because reality in your mind, you're
What you think about, you bring about.
So
Right?
I ain't even hear that.
No fairies. I only know fairies. I don't know trolls. I'm a
well,
fairy.
yeah.
What you think about, you bring about.
So
Hey,
what are
it's your
those?
story. It's your book. Hey,
You put it in your mind, and you're gonna look for it.
yep. It will make itself known to you. You create what you speak. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. What you speak, you create. Watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth. But hey, you got the power to revise. Mercy, mercy me. That's the mercy of the law. Things as are not what they used to be. Here we go. Hey, whatever. How did Marvin Gaye put it? Mercy, mercy me. That's the mercy. So, hey, we got to speak what we want to see, not as they are, right? In the words of Abraham Hicks, stop talking about what is and talk about what you want things to be. That's the power that you have. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And those that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. What seeds you planting? What fruits do you want to see bear? You want sour apples? Sour grapes? No, we don't want no sour apples. Sour apples are really good, though. But, you know.
I just want to know what's going to happen to all the people eating them cotton candy grapes in 20 years. I don't want no parts of no cotton candy grape. I don't know where that grew out of.
You silly.
I don't know no cotton candy grape seed.
Oh. I'm reading YouTube. I am on YouTube and TikTok. Because the only teacher is the I am. That's the teacher. The spirit of truth is the teacher. That's the only teacher you ever need. That's why the gospel says, oh, I'm going to send that consciousness, the Christ within you. I must go that he may come. All right. The human side of you must go and let the spirit you lead and teach you and bring all things to your remembrance. The comforter, the wholeness, the Holy Spirit, the wholeness, completion of the I am, the power and wisdom of God, says Paul. Because you have John tell you, oh, this anointing that you have. Yeah, you don't need that any man shall teach you. Stop looking for teachers and master your own mind. Be self-mastery. Islam, I self am master. Self, right, Beck? Self, not selfish, but the self.
Self.
The self. I self am Lord and Master. That's what law is. It Lord and law? Law and Master, I think it is. Or Lord and Master. Lord and law are the same word. I self am law and master. I believe that's what it is. Master yourself. We're too busy looking at others instead of looking at the mirror. You know the mirror is not for other people, right? You know, everybody, oh, I'm turning the mirror to look at it. I'm turning the mirror on you. No, baby, the mirror is for you. The mirror is never for another person. Turn the mirror and look at yourself. The mirror is always to see your reflection. Your reflection. So when you look out into the world, you're seeing your reflection. You're not seeing nobody else but you. You're not seeing me in your mirror. You're seeing you in your mirror. Do you like what you see? Because if the mirror not smiling back, that means somebody else mean mugging. Who's mean mugging? Is it the mirror or is it you? If you see a cold, cruel world, then the cold, cruel world would be you.
It's you.
It's you. Yes. Hello, Davy boy. One moment. We have Starseed, and I'll come to you after that. Please mute. Hello, Starseed. Are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm up here cooking breakfast. Hey, how you been, day one?
I know, day one. Great. I know, day one. Another day one in the house. You've seen the evolution of the platform. You've seen the
so
ebb
lovely.
and flow, right? You've seen
Yes,
the
you're
ebb
so
and
wonderful.
flow.
I love how you vibe. I love how you just be you. I love how you just, the way we all I've learned a lot from you. I practice a lot of things you have shared, and I learned so much from you. I just want to say thank you. But I just wanted to say right quick, I was just having this conversation with my husband earlier about people's perspective of you.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, what people think about you is none of your business. But I told him, I said, if I start going on this platform and people start, I'm just going to be in like, okay, that's your perspective. That's what's up. Okay. And just keep it moving. I'm not going to give nothing no energy. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to let people have their own perspective and their own opinion, and they're allowed to, and that's fine. And I'm not here to change it. I just know who I am. I know that I have to, I'm creating everything. So I'm not going to never let anything or anyone get to me of how they perceive me. I'm still going to know who I am. I'm still going to be who I am. I am the all. I am one. And I just try to keep a positive outlook on things. That's all I want to say.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to
Beautiful.
say. I'm always going within. And like I tell my husband, I said, right now it's about me going in, healing that little girl, romancing myself. I've been there for everybody. Now I'm here for me. And the reason how I learned to connect with myself, I have to do certain things for me because I don't get it all the time. I just say now, when I get up, if I don't sit with myself, I say, wait a minute, you just went past your baby. Would you ignore your child? Would you ignore your little baby? How you feel when you wake up in the morning or go to bed and see your baby? Love on her, talk to her, listen to your higher self, listen to that child. We all connected as one. And it's been working for me, and I just don't look outside myself. And I'm just, what you told me, like, whatever you think is with a be. Your words are powerful, so I don't say anything negative. I try to, just keep, you really are our source. I feel like I'm the physical, and I feel like it's a cord that's to my higher self, and my higher self is connected to source. We're all three. And I'm like, wait a minute, so I'm on the physical. I just got you doing the inside work, and then you connecting it to source, but I'm out here doing this, and I got to trust on So
Mm-hmm.
I just be using little thoughts like that for myself. But
Yes.
that's all I want. That's all I wanted to say. I love you all. Thank you so much, Toya, for helping me. My husband loves you. You've been such an inspiration, and I love how you're just you.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you are, your style. You just you, and I love
Yeah.
it. You don't try
Thank
to
you.
dummy down. You don't try to less. You just be you, and I
Yeah.
love it. So you taught me a lot, and I love you all. And you can drop me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. Tell the hubby
You're
hi and
welcome.
love you guys so much. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
Miss Toya said hi. Miss Toya said,
Hey,
wait a
how
minute.
how you doing,
Hello.
Miss Toya?
Hello, husband. How are you?
Yeah, yeah, she really is. She really is grateful for you. She speaks highly of you all the time.
Oh, thank you so much. And like I say, I'm just
Yeah,
your reflection. I'm just a
right,
reflection.
right.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
All right, you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me get back to this beef bacon. No,
Okay,
but
okay.
take care. All
Take
right.
care. Bye bye.
Sorry. Bye bye.
Hello, Davy boy. How are you?
Hi, Miss Pretty.
Hello. What's going on? How you be?
Nah, I just woke up, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. It's too early here in Hawaii, but
Oh, you're in
I,
Hawaii?
yeah, I'm in
Oh,
Paradise.
Hawaii. Oh, yes. All right. I gotta get there. I get
That you? Oh my goodness, that you! You better bring that you over here. You the excitement over there. Don't get me started, girl. It's too early to be tempted.
Oh,
Stop.
no. With my husband. I gotta get there with
Oh,
my
okay, okay.
husband.
Oh, see, this is why it's very important. This is why it's very important as humanity. We all have this conversation. We can understand, where you're stand and where I'm standing. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
see, I respect marriage. There's some guy I can't deal with that. No way. I'll take it back, girl. Sis, I'll take it back. See, this is
No
when I
problem.
turn into a flirting a woman to a sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're my sister now. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Cool. Love that. Love
Yeah,
that.
so we good. I guess. See, now we know where you stand now. So, yeah.
Correct. Yes, absolutely.
Hey, I'll just say, see what was cut on top of my head right now. I say, Daddy, Jesus, my daddy. So, I'm I'm trying not to speak on my own because what the Bible said, it says right here is that the Bible is mind sign. So I don't believe that. Everybody can believe what they want to believe. I'm just trying to be careful because, there's going to be a judgment. I don't want to stand for the Savior and then you're going to be judging me. You know what I mean? It's like we're all accountable of our actions and our word because His word is powerful. Our tongue is so powerful. People don't understand. And I tell people here, Waikiki, everywhere I go, I'm a preacher, man. I'm a street preacher. I'm a different type of preacher.
Okay.
A lot of people, I hear a lot of people say, hey, you should be. It's not just one person, it's like so many people. It's like maybe like 10 different people would be asking the same thing. Hey, you should be a pastor. Hey, well, why don't you be a pastor? Hey, why don't you run your own church? As I see.
Davy boy, let me interject. Just let you know what our platform is.
Yeah.
I don't discuss anyone's belief system. I'm not here to convince or convert. If you have any questions regarding what we're talking about and you want to understand more of what we're talking about on this platform, you're free to ask questions or you're free to stay in the comments. But we're not preaching any religion over here. We're not really interested in what people think of the afterlife or or judgment or anything to do with that mindset. We're really not interested in that conversation. We kind of been there, done that, and we're moving past that state.
I'll leave it at whatever you just say about you think about afterlife and all that. You limit it. I'll leave it to God. God Almighty, God the Judge. So I'm gonna leave it to Him. And I know what He told me. What He just said, He already told me. He's down with a lot of wisdom, knowledge. But I'll leave it to Him because I respect you. I respect you because your platform. We're here. Your the title of what you come with. But I'm gonna leave it to Him. But I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna be firm with y'all. I try to put as best as I can, or best ability that God gives me, knowledge that He blessed in me. As a sinful as I am, I'm just straight up with y'all. The Bible is not just a book; it's the Holy Spirit, the Word of God, using man's. Which is he chose 12 disciples to write that book. And I believe it 100%. There's no doubt that the word of God is the truth. The Bible, the Holy Bible, because I only stick to either the King James Version or the New King James, because a lot of people don't, they can't, they don't understand the old King James, which is the old, real, with the original King James, straight for the Aramaic. See, that's what I believe. All this new translation and NIV, and I ain't dealing with all that because why would I have to turn to that when I have the original? You know what I mean? Like everything comes from original. We're from the beginning. So like when Jesus, the Alpha.
I mean, and here's the thing, you get to, again, we're not here to question what you hold near and dear to your heart. We're not here to challenge what you hold near and dear to your heart. We're just not interested in it.
That's it.
All. That's
as I say. I say, whatever you're not interested, that's between you and God. I ain't going. I'm not the judge. So I'm leaving it to God. And you know what?
That's okay. That's okay.
Judgment, we all gonna know. We all gonna, you will sow what you reap, what you have been reaped on this earth. Reaped on the earth. It will all stand before Christ for the judgment.
Right. Right. So David boy, I'm going to drop.
I love you all.
Yeah.
I love you all, and I will keep praying for your soul. Okay. I will keep praying for your lost soul.
Okay.
In Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. Have a great day.
T.
Yes.
I wanted to ask him a question so bad because of what he had put in the comment, which is why when he came up, I wanted to see what you were gonna say.
I didn't know.
No, but I went by what you said when you said we're not gonna talk about it. But I really wanted him to explain what he said in that comment. So that's why
I didn't see his comments. What was he saying? I didn't see. Some comments I see, but I didn't see his comments. I didn't know he was commenting in the.
He said Eve was deceived.
Oh, well, yeah, we know. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's
always the woman's fault. It's your fault, girl. Your fault. Yeah. The transgression is when Adam ate, not when Edom ate, not when Eve ate. But okay, whatever. Get to have that.
Woke up rambling and just jumped on the live like this. Did you wash your face, sir?
You silly.
You just woke up rambling and just jumped on the live and start talking.
trying to holler. He jumped on the line.
Wait,
Like,
hold on now. I didn't
that was so funny. I'm like, ooh, that was funny. Like, no, dude, I'm going there with my husband. Like, let's make that plain and clear.
wash your face, wake up, remember where you are, drink some water, and then come talk to us. Okay?
Kay?
I think Mia and I were kind of on the same wavelength down in the comments.
Oh my goodness. I guess he's spreading his brand of Christianity, and that's again, no judgment. I'm just gonna let them have it. Do you, boo? Whatever works for you. If it works for you, then do it. 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 Do it.
Nah, do it good. Oh, that's not appropriate. I done went into Kaya. Do it good. My neck, my back. Let me mute my mic like that.
You funny. Oh my goodness.
I
But yeah.
was
So
very
I do want to ask. Go ahead, Beck, and I want to ask Zoe. So I want to know what his perspective is since he's on the panel. But go ahead, Beck.
I just want to say Jesus is daddy, and Jesus told him to be weary of women. That's all.
Oh,
I'm done.
that's crazy.
You are equally as weary of him.
Oh Lord. Okay. So Zoe, what is your perspective? Do you have any religious affiliation, or you just here chilling, seeing what this live is about? Have you seen lives like this before? Is Zoe still there? You have to unmute if you're still there.
Sorry about that. Repeat that question again.
I said, what do you have any religious affiliation, or are you familiar with this teaching? Have you seen lives like this?
I mean, I've seen a lot of lives like this, but I've been in a bunch of different factions, which is why I don't label myself anything. Like I grew up, well, me being Haitian, I grew up Catholic, but
Okay.
then I went from Catholic to quote unquote Christian. Then I went to non-denominational Christian. Then I went to Baptist. I went to Seventh-day Adventist. I done been through everything,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah. So with me, I don't have a set title or a set name or a set denomination or a set anything like that
Okay.
because I myself I question a lot of things pertaining to the book. I question a lot of things when it comes to creation. I question a lot of things when it pertains to Jesus and all types of stuff. So I'm more of a, even though people say, well, you're here, I'm more of a, I need hard facts. Like I need something that's really gonna stand and be like, okay, you know what, I can agree with that or I can convert.
Okay.
But until
Okay.
then, I'm just literally the air. I'm just in the air, floating around, trying to see what's what.
Okay. I get that. Yeah. I didn't try all the different religions. I was a Christian later, like in my late 20s to like my mid 30s. A Sunday school teacher or what have you. But Neville Goddard was my first introduction to seeing the Bible from a metaphysical perspective and not as a history book, like we were taught in religion. Religion has you thinking that, that I see now the characters of scripture as states of consciousness that we go through on this third dimensional plane. So we all experience the consciousness of Moses, of Daniel, of Joseph, of Jesus, of Paul. Every character in scripture is our characteristics of the mind. That's why I say that the Bible is mind science. And his teachings help me understand that when I think a certain way, certain things are going to happen to correlate that thought process to confirm what I'm thinking or feeling, but not necessarily feeling, because to me, feeling is just mental images in your mind. Feelings, on the other hand, is emotions, which we call energy in motion, and we define that energy as good, bad, wrong, right, negative, right. So we'll say, well, I'm feeling scared, or I'm feeling enraged, or I'm feeling frustrated, or but that's your energy in motion. You're defining that experience in a certain way, right, to try to grasp what's going on with you. And so once I came to that realization that, oh, my thoughts are creative, and that's all this Bible is telling me, that as I think, I believe, is it Proverbs 23:7, or is it Proverbs 18? It's like the 18th chapter of Proverbs, where it says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So it's what you think about yourself and what you think about others, you're bringing that into your experience. So for instance, if you see the world as, people, they cold-blooded, people lie to you, they'll manipulate you, they'll try to scam things out of you, they'll always try to get your money, people are always trying to do you wrong, that's what you're going to experience in your world. That's a script that you're writing based on past experiences, mostly, or because of someone told you this. It isn't even something you necessarily personally experienced, but that's what maybe your parents told you, or your clergyman told you, or your government told you, right? It's not something that you actually personally experienced, but since people told you, well, this is just the way of the world. This is how the world operates. Do you not know you can't trust anybody? You can't even trust your own best friend. You can't even trust your parents. You can't trust anyone. No one is to be trusted. But then you come to the realization that the only reason why I don't trust others is really because I don't trust myself. Because if I understand that I know who I am, and I have a great sense of discernment, right? And I know if I think a certain way, then that's what I'm going to see. Why wouldn't I think the best so that I could see the best? Because I already been thinking the worst, and guess what? For the most part, I've been experiencing that. I've been experiencing people that lied. I've experienced people that's been dishonest. I've experienced being scammed by others, being manipulated, being controlled by. I've experienced that. Let me try thinking differently and see if I'm going to experience the love, the peace, the joy, the harmony, the goodwill, the generosity. All right. Let me see if I just change my perspective and I start thinking that way, will I see more of that? And good golly, oh Molly, yes, I do. Because I start thinking differently, I start seeing it. And so that's what we talk about over here. That thoughts are things.
No, I get it. I definitely understand.
Yep.
That's why I really
Go ahead, Ben.
that's why I really enjoy listening to T, is because, like you said, you need hard facts and truth, and this book, to me, the hard fact and truth about this book is human behavior. Human behavior seems to be the thing that repeats or rhymes, because humans seem to be in this dream state. So they are operating off of a program and they repeat the same behaviors. And so I want to break free of this program. Does that make sense? Like, I see that this book, the only true thing is humans, and we are here and we are experiencing, and all these sacred books, these religious books, these spiritual books are humans trying to figure out how to human. And they all correlate through behavior and thought.
Yep. And you'll realize that your world is connected to you, and that your world is not necessarily the world. Like, your news and your social media platforms, things that's outside of your own, inner reality, because all those things are quote unquote out there, but they're only out there and being projected by you because of your world perspective. So anything that you watch on the news, anything, television programs, everything you're seeing is based on your concept about life, right? So I don't watch the news anymore because I don't require that they tell me what's happening, on another plane that I'm not personally experiencing for myself. Because now I have to decide, is this true? And it's unnecessary, because whether it's true or not, what am I going to do about it? And since I'm probably really not going to do about anything you're telling me, whatever story you're feeding me, it's unnecessary for me to engage. So I don't. All right. So, and I say, if I do happen to engage in any news programs, because sometimes you may go to a doctor's office, a dentist's office or something, or you may be somewhere where other people may have the news on, right? And you decide to take a gander at it. I know if I watch it, it's for entertainment purposes only. I know it's propaganda. I know they're just feeding me a narrative and a story. And then I just have to decide, is it not even required that I believe anything they're saying? I'm just going to watch it as entertainment. That's it. Nothing more. Does that mean that they're maybe talking about some things that may be really, really quite serious in this world? They probably are. But since I know I'm not going to physically go and do anything to change what someone else is going through other than use my mind lovingly on behalf of them, because that's the best that I can do, is truly see people figuring it out, really seeing that peace is upon them, speaking that into their life, and not thinking that I need to do anything personally to make it so. That things have a way of shifting once people realize that if they just change their mind, their reality will shift.
In Timothy, it says they have to untangle themselves from the snare of the devil.
The doubt. Yep. That doubt is you. The deceiver is you. The devil is your negative thinking, your fear mindset. And if you realize if you just thought differently, you would experience a different reality, because it's not about changing the world, it's about changing you. But we're told, no, you got to go out and change the world. You got to go out and change the world. You got to fix the world. The world is broken. The world is going to hell in a handbasket. But if you realize that if you just changed you, if you became that which you will want to see in the world, you will see the world in which you're experiencing be different. You will actually go out into the world and you will see happy people. You will actually go see people flourishing. You will actually see, and if you happen to come upon someone from your perspective that you will deem as not flourishing, because again, you're thinking it, so that's the only reason why it could be happening, because you're thinking it, because we like to place our belief system on others. So we see someone quote unquote homeless, and we like to say, oh, they're homeless. They need food. They need shelter. They need this. No, you're saying they need this. They've decided that, and you decided that their decision isn't good. Now, if you happen to talk to them and speak with them, and they happen to tell you, I really want to get out of this situation, man, I don't know how I got myself here. That's when you shed light on the circumstance that they happen to find themselves in, and you let them know it's possible to change that circumstance. All you got to do is change the way you think. I'm not even telling you that you have to physically do anything. I'm just telling you need to mentally recreate the thing. And here's the thing, they're in a situation anyway. What would it cost them to think differently other than their attention, other than time? Because you're already there. And I know that the reason you're there is because of the way you thought. And I'm telling you, the way you're going to get out of there is the way you think. Because you thought yourself into the situation. Guess what? You can think yourself out of it. But sometimes you'll talk to the people and you'll realize, like, young lady June tells us she talked to, homeless people. She talked to this one homeless guy, and he chose to be homeless. He said he got tired of the people in his life coming begging and asking him for stuff and asking him for his money, and he just didn't want to live that life anymore. So he lives as a homeless man. And people, oh my goodness, why would he do that? Because it's his life and he get to. And how does him making that choice have anything to do with you? Absolutely none. Just say, let peace be upon him. Let him enjoy the world in which he created. And so we have Conscious Brown Eyes. Ooh, I like that. Hello, Conscious Brown Eyes. You can unmute. Are you there? Yes, fam, likely. So I know who is happily, someone happily homeless by choice. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, they dropped. Okay. Yeah, so if we would just take our own life into our hands and just decide to think differently, man, what a world. It would be a whole new world, right? It will be a whole new world, as Aladdin sings. You personally will experience a whole new world. Everywhere you go, when you go on vacation, when you go into work, your home, where you reside, where you live, where you sleep every night, you will just see peace, joy, and you wouldn't allow disturbances to disturb the within, right? Because you know the disturbances outside was first a disturbance within. The only reason you will ever see disturbances on the outside is because there first had to be a disturbance on the inside. As within, so without. But if you can train yourself to not let circumstances dictate your reality, and if you just see things, say things aren't going the way you think they should go, right? They're not going the way you pray, you ask for certain things to come about in your reality, and things just aren't. You think it's not moving fast enough. You feel like in your mind things are getting worse. Like you praying for this thing, and it seems like the bottom and all fell out. Your purpose is not to go by appearances, right? We walk by faith and not by sight, right? And what is faith? The substance of a thing that is hoped for. What's the thing that's hoped for? Your desire. And what's the evidence of it? You can't see it. So then what is faith? Your word. Because what are you hoping for? Your word. What can't you see? Your word. See how that all works together? Because in the beginning was the word, was the desire. The desire was with God, and the desire, what was God? Because what's the desire? Your word. All is word. All is you. Right? So you remain faithful to the unseen word. You can't physically see it. You don't know how it's all going to shape out. You don't know how it's all going to become into full effect. You have to trust the I am. Trust the depths of your own being. Trust the power within you. Trust the power that keeps your system, the 12 systems of your body in full operation without you needing to tell it what to do. You don't need to tell your lungs how to pump oxygen, right? You don't need to tell your blood how to circulate throughout the body. You don't have to tell the digestive tract what to do, what's in and what's out, right? You don't get to, that's not your work. That's how it is with your desire. It's not your work to try to make a thing happen. Why? Because it's already happened. It's already done. Hey, Phenomenal Divine. Yes. Oh, this Buddy. Hey, Buddy. Hey, yes, I am amazing. Yes, and I know that you are too. Yes. Hey. What's up, Kev? I know you've been in the chat for a while. How are you, Kev? I know State of Myself wants to come up. Maybe she couldn't connect. You had to put in your request again. State to Myself. She said she had something she wanted to share. Yeah, I noticed. I had to read up some. I noticed it's you. Yep. See, before the book, I love that. Before the book or the intro of the Bible, you was just the I am. Ooh, say that. Go ahead, Beck.
To go along with that, this new perspective, this new way of seeing things or seeing myself, I've gone through my past, my memories, and of being a child and exploring who I was before influence, and it helped me realize that I've always been there. Like the way that I thought and perceived as a child, I was already true to myself, and I was already okay and right.
That's man, to have that revelation, right?
Yeah, and doing that is now, it's like I'm giving myself permission to be honestly and truthfully who I am from the very beginning.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go to State of Myself. Before that, I'm gonna answer Chrissy's question. What do I mean by say what you not what's happening, right? Because what's happening is old news. Remember, everything that you're seeing is a delayed response, and most of the time it's the loop of recurrence, right? So say you planted a seed of you've accepted the seed of abundance, right? And for a long time, you've been experiencing lack, and lack has shown up in your reality in different forms, right? Whereas you just feel like you never, ever, really ever have enough, or you just barely have enough to eke out a living, right? And so different things will happen in your life to keep proving to you that, yes, you are exactly right. You're always eking out an existence. You're always eking out a living. And so you decide, well, you know what? I'm going to claim abundance because it's my birthright to be abundant. Yes, I'm abundant and I'm going to claim it. And then say that something happens in your 3D, in your circumstance, that you've been declaring abundance, you've been saying it, you've been owning it, but then say something happens where you end up not having enough money to pay your rent, and you'll let the circumstance dictate and say, oh my goodness, I thought, I was saying that I was abundant. I was affirming it, and I've been affirming it for 2 weeks. And then this happens. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this will happen. This is the exact opposite of what happened. And then you start spiraling out of control, and now you all feeling low and depressed, and you're mad, and you're frustrated, and you're angry. You don't say what is happening. You say what you want to happen. I don't care I don't know where this money coming from. I don't know what's going on. But this ain't the end of the story. Whatever's happening is for my good. I may not understand, be able to put my hand on what's taking place, but I know that I have never seen the righteous forsaken, which those who think right about a thing, and I never seen them have to beg for bread. I don't have to go beg and borrow from anybody to get the things that I want. I just need to claim that I already am that, regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstance. Well, you have to see them as already, you're not trying. Here's the thing. The relationship only is the way it is because of the way you think. The moment you change the way you think, the relationship changes. The moment you change how you think about the relationship, the relationship changes. Because it's your thoughts about the relationship is what you're seeing. So think differently about it, and it'll be differently. Hey, say to myself, you can come off mute.
Okay, yeah, I was waiting. I want to say good morning to you.
Good morning.
To all y'all. Have a great day and good morning.
Good morning.
Some good news happened. That's unfortunate though. My auntie recently just passed away yesterday at night, and it was a lot.
Condolences.
Yeah.
Sending love and hugs to you and your family.
It was a lot on me, but I was told that I just kept telling myself, she's in a better place, and it's crazy. I kept telling myself death isn't over. I keep telling myself I don't think death is the end all be all. I really don't think that anymore. Like, I thought once you die, there's nothing else. But I keep telling myself maybe she went to a different realm or is in a different reality and she doesn't have to suffer anymore. She passed from a heart attack. And yeah, my mother was upset. And
yeah, transitioning can be very, because we're used to the physical representation of the person, right? We're used to being able to talk to them physically, touch physically, right? But you know that they live forever.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like me, I think I took it. Of course, I cried.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful things that I've ever learned about living in life is, even though those that we love and experience have transitioned and they're no longer physically with us, spiritually they still are, because we have memories. They've given us experiences and wisdom, and so they do live on through us, through those memories and experiences. So and even generations from now, if their name's no longer attached to that wisdom or whatever effect their life had on someone else, it's still rippling throughout all of creation forever.
Absolutely. The memory is in your heart forever. That's the only way anyone exists anywhere is in our hearts and minds, right? That's the only one anyone has any life. Their life is in us, right? Their life is in our mind. That's how they show up. Are you still there? Say to myself. It sound like she was talking to someone on her end.
Yeah, talking to a sibling.
Okay.
Everything's good now, but
Okay.
yeah, just processing. And but the thing is, I always keep telling myself it don't even feel like this person's not even here, because I've been through this before. You know, most of my family members were like older. She was like in her 60s.
Okay.
So it's just like, I know not to be like rude or negative, but it was gonna come one day, you know. So it's just the day that it happened, it was very unexpected. She had a heart attack. She hit her head,
Oh.
and they rushed her to the hospital.
Okay.
And they said she didn't have a pulse or she couldn't breathe by herself. And I think an hour later she passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you know, but here's the thing. I guess even if people know someone is sick or whatever, right, and they know that still can be difficult, right? Because sometimes people seeing their loved ones, you know, go through the hospice or go through that part can also be, you know. So to me, whether it's suddenly or you quote unquote are expecting it, it's still a difficult time to process the transition of a loved one. And so we completely understand where you are, because, you know, I'm like double your age. So I have experienced many transitions in my life. Yes. And I will continue to experience many more. So that's one thing that we know that is inevitable on this third dimensional space, that we eventually put off the body. So, but as they said in the chat, continue to, you know, like you said, you're just going to think lovingly, the good times, the great times, you know, and allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. There's no shame in that, right? It's okay. You know, that's the whole point of being human. We came to experience our energy in motion. That's what we call emotions or feelings.
Yeah, I'm fine because, you know, I'm in a different state. I haven't seen them in a long time, so it don't even feel real. I was very upset and sad, but it's like, 'cause my mother, that was her like closest sister. And I was close to her, really, really, like, mine was my closest auntie too growing up. And yeah, and I'm just like, because my grandmother recently passed too, like 5 years ago. So I was really with her and my auntie all the time growing up. And it's just like, there's no more of that no more. So it's kind of weird and crazy, but I know they would just want me to keep going.
Yes, absolutely. Take time to reflect, remember. And some people say mourn, grieve, whatever that looks like for you. You know, everybody has their own way of processing, you know, the transition of a loved one, and do whatever, you know, works for you, whatever brings you peace.
Yeah, oh no, I'm still in a great spirit actually.
That's
'Cause
good.
I got two job inquiries, so they said one I have to go down there today, which I'm gonna do, and then the other one said they were gonna call me about my job. So, and they're both like really really close. So
Oh,
basically, I was
nice.
like, oh yeah, I got two jobs. So that's a success story. If you want to say that's a success
Yes,
story.
yes, beautiful.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything's going fine, but I know like once you get older, like I know like you have to go through these things. It doesn't matter. Like some people could lose their mother when they're a little kid. Some people can lose their um whole family young from whatever the case it is. It's just like you have no say on when someone's time is to not be in the physical form anymore. And
Right.
most people probably never even had a family or orphans. So I'm just grateful and I have gratitude I have those memories with them. Because most people, some people, a lot of people probably never even had that before. Family or good memories. They were orphans. And you just learn how to be grateful within what you have. Because a lot of people, even friends I knew, never really had a family like that before, like I did. So even though it wasn't what it was now, like back then, it's still like you be grateful that you had those memories. Because we're
Absolutely.
only here for a certain amount of, I know time isn't real, but a certain amount of time. And I
Mm-hmm.
just noticed that, like, yeah, like you just gotta keep growing as a person. And what I noticed though, but before that I normally used to do, I would stop my whole life when something like this happened. But yeah, I ain't stopping nothing. You know, I gotta keep going. I got
Yeah.
2 jobs and I got 3 businesses and I'm working on my self-concept and I ain't
Yes.
gonna cap. Like I'm making sure the family I create is like taking myself though is taken care of, but the family I create is like for sure like taken care of because thank you for this community though. I feel like because I really don't talk to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
The only people I talk to is like this community, so I'm just
Oh, we
grateful
love you. Thank
I
you.
have a
Thank you.
voice on
Oh.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
we sending love and light and peace and joy. And you sound like like you said, you're in good spirits, not letting
Oh
anything
yeah, for
out.
sure.
Yes, yes, beautiful. We appreciate you too.
We don't stay here forever, but I don't know, like how do I say it, like because it's like it's normal. Like death is well, I don't know what people call it in the manifestation world, but it's normal. You
Mm-hmm.
can go tomorrow. I could go tomorrow. Anybody can go tomorrow. It has nothing to do with how old you are. If
Right.
your
Mm-hmm.
flesh is tired, and I mean your spirit is tired of your flesh, then hey, I see it as you ain't gotta be here no more, and you're in heaven, in a state of mind of heaven. So
You
who
just
am I to tell someone?
honor your father and your mother, which is your consciousness, and you should have long days on this plane. When you honor the I am within you, you should experience a very full and happy life, a very abundant life.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling myself. I'm in good spirits. It's just my mother. You gotta think I never lost a sister before. So she lost her parents, her brother, and her sister. So because she was closest to them, the ones that passed, mainly more so than the ones that are living. So you just gotta find a way to put them and her in good spirits, 'Cause I know a job will. A
Yeah.
job will make me put her in good spirits too, and just just be a good person. Just celebrate. The thing is, I
Hmm.
don't understand why people when people pass on we cry. I get that we grieve, but let's celebrate.
Yep.
We celebrate a life.
Yep. The celebration of life. That's what they used to say when I was in church. They didn't call them funerals. They called them celebrations of life.
Yeah, and
Yep.
this is not my first rodeo, so most of my family did pass away though. But it's not my first rodeo. It's just
Right, right. Like you said, celebrate the life, celebrate all the great memories, all the sayings, the food, the get together, everything that you can remember, from a joyful perspective, right? That, remember the good times, as they say.
oh, I always remember the good times. I'm always in high hopes and high spirits. So
That's
let's
beautiful.
not let's not think about this no more. Let's think
Right.
about the great times and the celebrations, and let's just be positive and we just keep going. Wait, you didn't get on live yesterday, huh? I was like, I know Miss Toya was tired. I know you was tired because you
I
been
did,
on live frequently.
I got on live yesterday. You was here yesterday?
Not like at night. It was
No,
a
I
few
no, I
days
didn't come back.
ago.
No, I didn't come back at night. No, I didn't get back on that night. Nope.
Yeah.
No,
So.
no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I rested. Yeah.
And also, I just wanted to be there for my cousin because she just lost both her grandmothers recently. Like that
Oh,
was so my auntie. That was my auntie that's passed, my mom's sister, and her grandmother, and her other grandmother just passed too. Like I think like a month ago. And
okay.
I'm
Okay.
just, I back then I wasn't there for her grandmother, and I know she was like upset with me because I wasn't talking to nobody, and she was very upset about that. But we share this family member, and we
Okay.
grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my cousin grew up with my other, because my grandmother is her great grandmother, so
Okay. Okay.
we grew up together, and yeah, so I called her a bunch of times. I have to wait till she's ready to, you know, um. Oh, and then we was talking about your teachings yesterday, and she was actually like responding back and trying to learn more about it. And I was like, Oh, so you are listening. You are trying to pay attention. And
That's
maybe one day
cool.
I can get her to like join one day when she's ready. So that would
Oh,
be
okay.
really, really good.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
But
yeah.
her, she gonna need the prayer because I don't know what it's like to lose both grandmothers in the same. That's just a lot. And
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll be given what to say, you know. And sometimes you just be there to listen and console. It's not necessarily what you say, it's just the presence, the thoughts, right? The thoughts of love, the thoughts of sometimes, you know, words can sometimes muddle it, right? Sometimes words are ineffective. And a lot of times the presence is enough. Thoughts of love is enough.
yeah, so I'll be there as much as I can for her instead of what I gotta do, what I gotta do with myself. Because
Yep.
thank God I don't do that no more. I used to be like, man, I don't want to do anything when something that I didn't like happened. But now I'm just like, nah, you keep going through. We call it the storm, but it's not even a storm. You gave it title, gave it meaning. You just keep
Mm-hmm.
pushing. You know,
Yep.
just act as if just celebrate like, dang, my auntie transitioned into a better heaven, a better state of mind. And we celebrate her. That's all we do. We don't be, I mean, we can be sad all we want, but she wouldn't want that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So,
Yeah, I'm sure she'll have dreams of her. Let her know that all is well. All is well. Like you said, it's part of this experience. We enter and we exit. No one knows the day when they're coming into this experience, and no one knows the day or the hour when they will exit. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
of
makes
course,
me.
yes, of course, you can always request long life, right? Through your thoughts, right? Your thought life will preserve the life that you want to experience.
That's a good question I want to ask you. Do you think we could actually say, oh, we're gonna live a long life?
Oh
Or,
yeah. Oh yeah. To the extent that you believe it, of course. But to me, it's not so much how long you're here, is what are you doing while you're here. Because a lot of people are here, right? But they kind of
yeah,
exist,
but not
right?
here.
Right. They like medicated up. They got all these health. You like right? Like people just like are existing. I don't
Yeah,
want to just be existing. If I have a long life, I still want to be in right able body in right mind. You know what I'm saying? I can still move
yeah,
around, get around with, you know, what have you. You know, that I'm still enjoying it in whatever that looks like for me, right? That I'm still enjoying it. Because again, you know, you have different things that happen and it's about how you are perceiving it, right? Because that's all that matters. It's not what other people think. Because some other people are like, oh, you call that living? I don't care. But somebody else is like, yes. I get to see my children. I get to see my grandbabies. I get to see my great grandbabies. You know, I don't care how many medications I'm taking. I get to still see my family, you know, and it's sufficient for them.
yeah. And I was in talking to one of my other cousins, which was her father. Oh, yeah, and I told him as the person I am, because I didn't really, you know how when you don't want to talk to people for whatever reason, I actually stood up and said, I'm sorry for your loss. And a lot of people would never like put their whatever ego, whatever it is, what you want to call it, aside to say, I'm so sorry for your loss because I had never lost my mother, so I don't know how it feels, but I'm so sorry for your loss. And just know, like, you have people there for you. So I put ego aside, whatever you want to call it, just so I can tell people, someone that, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that just showed my growth as a person because, I wasn't really talking to that person. So, I just try to be empathetic as I can, as much as I can. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, over here, me, I'm happy, I'm smiling, I'm thriving, I'm living.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't gonna let this, sometimes I am allowed to get sad sometimes and grieve, but I got things I gotta take care of. I gotta dream life. I gotta live. So I'm living it though, but
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I don't wanna make y'all sad. I'm so sorry if I try to make y'all sad on this morning.
No,
But
no, no. No, we're not sad, you know. We're just here for you. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for, you know, feeling like this is a safe space for you to share, you know, your thoughts and what's going on with you and your family. We appreciate you. We're here for
Yeah,
you.
I only come here. I ain't going nowhere else. I ain't going nowhere else because I feel good in this community. I have a, I have a sticker on my face, and I don't even, and I still feel connected. That's the crazy part, man. I still feel, but
Yes,
I'm gonna make a
ma'am.
new one. I'm gonna make a new one with showing my face and everything. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
good.
Hey, whatever. Yeah, do you. There's no must to or have to or you should. So do what feel that you feel good enough to do. So, like I said, we appreciate you. We'll have you in our nothing but loving thoughts, joyful thoughts for you and your family as you all figure out how to navigate the transition of your loved one. So, and we're gonna bring Kevin into the conversation. Okay.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Kev.
Hey sis,
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I mean, I tell you, this live is therapeutic for me. It was my heartfelt condolences to my sister who lost her loved one. Um, it was interesting how the shifting in the platform changed, and I felt that when you desire for the change to happen, because I felt it in my heart based on the contention of some individuals that in my mind that it needed to shift. And I was saying, like I mentioned weeks ago to a brother, I don't need to agree with someone in order to love them. And the platform shifted to lean more into love. I heard someone say, you can like a person or you can dislike a person, but if you seek to understand a person, you can get along with them. So I seek to understand.
Yes.
And it doesn't make my perspective wrong or right. It just is. And because love is my base for my being and walking in love, I'm going to be okay with however they decide to choose to walk their life. It doesn't have to line up with what I believe. The script says your job, your obligation is to love God, your higher consciousness, with everything that's in your being. And the second is like unto the first commandment, to love thy neighbor as who? As thyself.
Yes.
So loving them is a commandment. It's almost a prerequisite to you having the ability to love God. Because how can you say you love God, I'm in the script, who you've never seen, and hate your brother who you see daily?
Yep.
And that is astounding. And in a world that we live in, that's all fear-based, all about dividing, all about hatred, I could choose not to participate in that activity. I get to choose. No one gets to choose for me. I ain't giving them that problem. That power. I choose. So if they say, well, Kevin, you're just a hater. Well, I care what you think.
That part.
How's that going to move me one way or another?
Right. Right.
Well, you gonna make me care? And I so love this live and this platform because it's 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 allowing me to be more me.
Hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense,
Yes, yes,
but
absolutely.
it allowing me, yeah, it's allowing me to be more me. And because I grew up around prejudice, the bulk of my family has been prejudiced and biased. I used to say when I was a little boy, I couldn't understand why my grandfather had so much hate against someone who is not of the same melatonin that he was. And I couldn't get it. And then I had to think, that's okay. My grandfather was born in 1896.
Okay.
So his experience was way different than my experience.
Right.
And by he may have reason to feel the way he felt because of his experiences, but he gets to have those experiences and I get to have my experiences.
Yes.
And they don't have to reflect his experiences.
Mm.
But I still love him. He's my grandfather.
Hmm.
One doesn't have anything to do with the other unless I let it,
Exactly.
unless I give power to it, energy to it. I had an experience of manifesting when I went to work for a company, and the brother came up to me because there were so few brothers there. I guess he felt obligated to let me in on how the company is about brothers.
Mm.
And he said that this company is all about the good old boys um, outfit. And he quickly let me know that him and I weren't part of that, clique. We weren't part of that good old boys. And because of the way I brought up and quite a bit of my family were prejudiced, I leaned into what he said. And I had very little success there, if any. And it wasn't until I let that go and started embracing everybody and being okay with everybody, regardless of their skin color, was when I excelled. When my greatest success started unfolding, started being revealed, started manifesting.
Yes.
You get by letting go.
Yes. Mm. That's the thing. That's always the question, right, Kevin? How do I get? How do I get? Thing is, it's not about getting. It's about being.
Yep. Yep. Say that again.
Like I said, you get by letting go, by being.
By
Stop
being.
holding on to it. You have to
Yes.
release it. All right. You have to trust that everything works out. That it'll all work out. In Lil Wayne's voice, that it all work out. It all works out, and it all works out. You
I swear,
gotta know that.
I laugh more with you, Toya. I just laugh so much, and it's because I feel we're of a kindred spirit.
Yes,
A
yes.
lot that you say resonates with me. The way you present and package up, it resonates with me because I just I feel it. I be picking up what you laying down.
Love it, love it, love it. Yes, because we read that last book, right? Busting Loose from the Money Game. If you
Right.
guys want to catch the recap, you can go to my YouTube channel. All of my recaps, all of my lives are on my YouTube channel, Prosperous Living with Toya. If you want to catch any of the lives for about the last year, you can catch almost every live I've done here on this platform on my YouTube channel. So we've done several books, several book clubs. We've done 3 thus far. And the last one we did was Busting Loose from the Money Game. And like we also gleaned so much from that book because it reminded us that we are the consciousness having this physical or finite experience, right? And at every time of our experiencing, we are the ones bringing things into visibility based on our thoughts, right? Based on, and the author of the book would say based on how we feel, but I know feel is just a mental picture of thought. So from an etymology, the feeling and thinking are the same word from every time I try to say etymological, anyway, my tongue gets tired trying to say that word long. But if I say it slow, I guess I'll say it. But etymology of that word, they mean the same thing. And so realizing that thoughts are creative, thoughts are things, and it's what you're thinking. And when we say creative, right, when we say that you're the creator, right, we're saying that you were there in the beginning before this physical world came into experience. And you are the whole experiencing itself as an individual, that you're not separate from the creation, right? And I know that's trippy for a lot of people because we like to think, well, there's only one God, there's only one being, and that's exactly what we're saying. There's only one God, there's only one being expressing itself in infinite ways. That one being, that one power, that one God has infinite expression. And that it was even more trippy is to realize there's no outer space. There's only inner space. That the outer is the illusion. That the outer is the screen, as Dr. Joseph Murphy would say. It is the screen of space. Go ahead. What do you want to say, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm just saying that because of who the source is, energy is, and that projection or reflection is of our mind. I was sharing, I guess in the live yesterday, that our mind is the manifestation of our spirit. It's where our thoughts come from.
Mm-hmm.
And we manifest or we create in real time because all we have is now. We don't have the future. We don't have the past. We can remember the past, but we don't have it. The only thing we do have is now. So we create in the now. Now, it may not, whenever it manifests, if you can wrap your head around this, whenever it manifests or shows itself to you in the tangible, it's in the now. When did that thing, become the physical? It became it now.
Mm-hmm.
Because all we have is now.
That's all we have.
And sometimes we, our limited or finite, brain has struggles with comprehending that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are created in the image of God, male and female. Genesis 1:26, male and female created he them. Your subconscious and your conscious is the them. It's referring.
Yes. Or some people will say masculine and feminine aspects of the one mind,
Of the one mind.
of the one
Absolutely.
consciousness. Yep.
That's right, because man alone, physical man, cannot reproduce by itself, neither can female reproduce by itself. The two must come together. Our cells, our organs, that's all of it is created after that image.
Well, now it's this talk about parthenogenesis. What do you think of that? Have you heard of that, Beck? The parthenogenesis? I haven't really looked into it, but that's what it's saying, that the feminine energy, that the masculine is just the the projection of the feminine, right? So there's only feminine, and at one time, the feminine energy was all that there was, and that women could procreate or recreate itself without the help of the masculine or the male energy. It's like interesting. I don't know nothing about it. I just heard people talk about it,
Yeah,
like from a
it's an interesting
peripheral
concept.
thing. But to me,
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
bringing about
it's interesting.
the same thought process of trying to say that, you know, I don't know. Because here's my thing. That may have been a thing long time ago, right? That may have been how life was in another universe, in another reality, right? Let's talk about this reality. And we know in this reality is what you just said. In this reality, it takes a female and male to create. The two become one, right? The two produce one.
Right,
Or sometimes they produce
right,
twins, but some twins depending on, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like
right,
the
right.
two. So
Yeah, and they produce after a kind.
right, right,
All your negative thoughts produce negativity. All your positive thoughts or seeds produce positive, and they all produce more than what you sown,
hmm
and they always produce it later than when it was sown. That's what I was explaining when I talk about the law of reciprocity.
hmm
It's a law, and nobody can break a universal law. They can only confirm it.
Yep.
Objects fall at 9.8 meters per second square. That's physics. It's a law. Just like the law of propulsion, the law of aerodynamics. They're laws. They can only be confirmed. I'm sorry, you can go ahead. Toya.
Oh no, you good. Yeah, I mean, because you have your laws that are that only occur on the third dimensional plane, right? And then you have
Right.
the universal law where they don't
Universal
occur
law.
in spirit, right? Because
Right.
spirit is not confined to third dimensional laws. So third dimensional laws would be aerodynamics, would be physics, would be gravity. That's a third dimensional law, right? That's not a
Right.
universal law because spirit is not contained by time and space, right?
Correct.
Spirit can't fall. Spirit doesn't
Well,
need aerodynamics to fly or to be
no,
here,
but
right?
the spirit only needs our physical body to
Right,
have a experience.
right. In
Because it
physical,
doesn't,
right, in
yeah,
physical
in
form, in
physical
matter.
plane, yes.
Right.
Because it
Yep.
doesn't have those senses to experience it on its own.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And then so that's what people get into the conversation. Well, why are we here? Just for the experience. We
That's what
want
I'm
it to be
saying.
more than that. We want it like that. Just seemed too simple. What do you mean, just to experience? We just here to experience. Yep. We just here to play a game.
Yeah,
That's all we're
that's it. That's
we're
it.
here to
Nothing
live out a
complicated.
movie. We're here to live out a movie.
I ask my child that does something, and I would go, "Why did you do that?" And she'd go, "I don't know." I'm like, "You just wanted experience."
Yep, basically. Yep. Yep. We want to see what it would be like to forget who we are, then to remember who we are. Right? That's the game we drew up for ourselves. I'm going to create this reality where I fall into forgetfulness, into dissension of the dual nature, the world of opposites, just to come to myself and remember that I created the game just to the sake of experiencing it. Like it's almost like hide and seek. We created the spiritual hide and seek. Where we played hide and seek with ourselves. And where do we decide to hide ourselves? In the mind of the man, in the mind of the personality. We hid ourselves within ourselves. Isn't that something? We hid ourselves within ourselves because that was going to be the last place we would ever look within ourselves.
Yep. Isn't that amazing?
And we played the ultimate game on ourselves, the ultimate trickster. We thought it was going to be in books. We thought it was going to be in the sky, the sea, right? We thought we was going to find ourselves in caves and all kind of stuff. Nope. You weren't going to find it until you looked within. Amazing
And that
idea.
actually is a very good hiding space.
Yep.
That's the last place you think to look, right?
And now tag your it. What you're going to do with it? Now you recognize your it. We
I always ask
figured it
people
out that we're
if
it.
they
Now what?
right.
Now what are you going to do knowing that you're it? Are you going to continue to create difficulty? Why would I do that? And now I'm supposed to be in
To
chill
that
mode.
point, Toya.
Mm-hmm.
No, but to that point, that if you lose something and you find what you lost, do you continue looking?
That. Ooh. Say that. Oh my goodness. You need to say that again. You need to say that one again. Because people still looking for something they already found.
Exactly.
Why are you still looking for what you already found?
Exactly.
Man. Search no more. Jay say, please say it again. See, these are conversations we want to have, right? Where, let's live from the place of the I am, right? Where,
Yes.
because so now as they say, hindsight 2020, right? So when I first started the platform, right, it's all about manifesting, right? So it's all about how do I get? And so I was like, oh, I need to, I want people to know the power of them, not the power of someone else, right? So okay,
Amen.
so I'm like, so let's shift it, right? So little we shift and we go into, okay, let's cast a wide net. Let's for those that may be, in between state, right? They've left Christianity, they've left religion, they're getting on their journey of awakening, but they feel kind of like they're in limbo, right? So the platform shifts to that. Then it's like, okay, that was cool to play in that sandbox for a moment. Got to talk to some people that were transitioning, but while doing that, I'm also going to bring up some differing points of view, right? And so we lean into that a little bit. I'm like, but is that the end game? No, that ain't the end game. The end game is now we're at the place where we're remembering who we are, and now we're not looking outside of ourselves for the answer. We're truly going to go within. And we're truly going to live from that place of knowing who we are. And so now the platform isn't all about what one person is sharing. It's all about what we're all sharing. How we're all in this together.
That right, just what you said right there. That once we found our lost keys, so to speak, what are we doing with the keys? So we should be practicing leaning into the I am who we are.
Yep.
And there's no thing too big or too little.
Mm-hmm.
I think yesterday or Friday, I forget which one. My drain in my tub was draining very slow, so I wanted to fix. So I called a particular company that comes out, a popular company. I don't want to say their name, to come look at it and give me an estimate on fixing it. And the representative came here and looked at it. He said, yeah, it's probably, something caught in the trap. We only charge $385. And I looked at him like, what'd you say? He said, I know that may seem like a bit, but there's a $30 coupon you could take advantage of. I said, oh, well, that changes the game.
Not a $30 coupon.
So I said politely, "Thank you, sir. I appreciate you coming into my home. Can I get you a bottle of water?" Because we're not doing this today.
Right, right, right.
And whether or not I had the money, and I did, I had the money. But did I want to pay for that amount for that service?
Right, right.
I just didn't. I could have. I could have
Hmm.
just gave him, my credit card and be done with it.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I chose not to. I chose to use the I am within me to handle it.
Mm.
So I sent my son a text and said, "Could you get, stop by?" I looked in my toolbox. I didn't have it. I said, "Can you stop by the hardware store and grab me a needle nose plier? And when you bring it to the house, it's like $5, with taxes a little more than $5." I said, "Can you remove the stopper and extract any debris, covering the trap?"
Hmm.
So he took the, drain plug off and pulled out any debris, and that was it.
Mm. Mm. So that was it.
That was it. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
It took him all of 10 minutes, something
10
like
minutes.
that.
I know that's right. And I thought about when you were talking before you gave us your success story, or deciding with how you wanted to experience, clearing the drain. That I recognize that truth does not need to be argued.
Mm,
I don't need to argue my truth.
right.
Either you resonate with it or not. And that's what I was doing, arguing truth. I don't need to argue truth.
Yeah.
Either you receive it or you don't. And it's
Right.
okay if you don't. We
If
gonna
you
keep it
do, it's
moving.
great, and if you don't, it's great. It don't change the truth.
Don't change the truth. Go ahead.
It may change your perspective,
Right.
because your perspective paints your reality.
That part. Yes. Yes. Let's say Beck wants to add on. Go ahead, Beck.
I was gonna say because truth doesn't exist in the ish.
There you go. It don't exist in the ish. I love that.
That's so true.
Oh my goodness. So it's just about living out your truth, whatever you say that may be. That's why you're called I am the truth. You are the truth of your experience. I know people are like, oh no, there are foundational truths, as Kevin was saying, that are immutable, right? And then you have individualized truth as you are perceiving it, right? So the foundational truths are, you exist, right? There's only one power, right? Like love is all there is, right? Those are the foundational truths. And then there's relative truths, depending on the perceiver or the observer in that particular situation, right? So that's where there are going to be infinite truths, because there are infinite perspectives and there are infinite potentialities, infinite possibilities, and they're all true.
Yeah, it's true to them.
Yep. Say ish, icks, and isms, right? Yep. And that's the thing. That's what we were saying, when someone was talking about, how they use astrology. And, when I was making, saying that, well, I choose not to use it. And we were calling it a belief. And how they were like, what do you mean it's a belief? It's a fact. I know it works. Yes, but everything works because it's all based on belief. I'm like, it all works.
Yeah, they're tools. They're
Right.
tools. The belief is the power you give it. It's just a tool.
Yeah, I mean, you saying astrology, the Chinese astrology work is no different than people talking about the other zodiac, whatever they call that version of it. No different than somebody talking about the tarot card. No, you know what I'm saying? They're all saying it works. They're all saying the birth chart thing, whatever. It's so many different tools. And here's the thing: you're all of those things, though. You are the signs. You are the
That,
zodiac.
that right there.
You are Chinese astrology. But that's what we were saying, that the law of life is the law of belief, which is the law of beingness. Who do you say that I am, right? I am is about being, right? Beingness. Who are you being in this moment? Who do you say that I am? Then that's what you shall be.
Because whatever your answer is, it's going to be right for you.
Yep. Oh, that's what's called the human design. Right. That's what people talk about, the human design, because we all get these different techniques. We
Hmm.
get all these different formulas. But guess what? You are the technique. You are the formula. You're not just a Sagittarius, right? Because if somebody does your birth chart, right, they're going to tell you all 12 signs play a part in your birth chart, right? They're going to say, this is your moon sign, this is your sun sign, this is in your this house, and this is in that house, your 6th house, your 5th house, your 12th house, your 10th, right? And then when they get through with your birth chart, then you're going to see all your signs are going to populate within that birth chart. Why? Because you're all of it. You're not some of it. You're all of it. And what people need to realize is that space, the space is not reflecting you. You're reflecting the space. The outer is a reflection of the inner, not vice versa. The outer does not dictate the inner. The inner dictates the outer.
Always.
And so when you're
Always.
telling me about, well, the sign, Jupiter is in here, and I get that stuff messed up with talk about the retrograde and all that. If you want to tell me that I'm supposed to live my life according to what's going on in the stars, what's going on in the heavens, when I'm the one projecting the heavens. Because who's the star of this show? The sun, right? The sun is the star of the show. Well, I'm the sun. I'm the moon. I'm the mountains. I am the earth, hey, and all that you reach for, and even though, yes, and even more. Cause girl, I love you more than you could know, and that's for sure.
That's my jam right there. I like me some After 7, especially that song.
Yes, yes, you're all of it. And we keep trying to divide ourselves. We keep trying to divide the spoil, right? Like when the Christ was crucified in the story, what did they do? Didn't they divide his robe? Everybody wants to keep dividing the robe. Stop dividing and see the oneness. Christ preached oneness, not division. That story is all about unity of the spirit. It's about oneness. But for every reason, what people like to call the ego or the logical mind or the reasoning mind, right? That's the 10%. That's the type that has to go back to God. That logical mind must become united with the Christ. You must give that back to self so you can be complete, whole, and entire, lacking nothing.
Yep. Let it go.
A house divided cannot stand, right?
Yep. You can't.
A house divided cannot stand.
Against itself. Who is it against?
Yeah,
It's
against
against
itself,
itself.
right? A house divided against itself cannot stand. So how you gonna say the devil casts out the devil? How can Beelzebub cast out Beelzebub? That means you are dividing yourself. Impossible. Only love can cast out fear. Fear can't cast out fear. You don't fight fire with fire, you get more fire. You don't cast out fear with fear. And that's how people try to do it. People try to get you to cast out fear with fear. It doesn't happen. You just make more fear.
You know Heaven's Here on Earth by Tracy Chapman?
No, I haven't heard that.
You can look to the stars in search of the answers, look for God and life on distant planets, have your faith in the ever after, while each of us holds inside the map to the labyrinth, and Heaven's Here on Earth.
I'm gonna have to go check that out. It says by Tracy Chapman.
Yes, that beautiful album. That one
Oh,
album that is just amazing. Yes, it's on
oh,
that
okay,
one.
cool. Okay, I just know the one song she had about the car, right? That's the only one. I can't even think of it right now, but that's the only one. That's the only one. She had a beautiful
Riding
voice.
in my car, da 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 da, yeah,
Yeah,
da da
yeah,
da. And then
yeah.
she's got um baby baby I got your number. Wait, baby just give me your number. Oh, and I know that you got mine or something like that. I can't remember the words.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you hit the
Yeah, I like
The
that song
Tracy
too.
Tracy Chapman album. All right. Yeah, Fast Car. Yep. Thank you, Mimzim. Yep. It's all written in. You can find this truth everywhere, in music, in literature, right? In the stars, in the right, which is the zodiac, astrology, astronomy. You can find it in the numbers. You can find it in gematria or gematria, however you say the term, right? This is a science. That's what it says. The Bible is a scientific book. You're going to find all of it hidden in there. It is decoded though. It is decoded script. You are going to see the science of numerology or mathematics, right? That's how some people say that the universe is mathematics, right? It's the science of math, right? So, but it's everything. It's not just math, right? The math is hidden in the psychology. The astrology is hidden in this because everything proceeds from thought, or in the emerald tablets, what is it? Thoth, that's his name, right? When you look at that word, you see thought in that name. And it's just, we see these texts and we want to make them literal about beings existing in time and space. The only being that exists in time and space is you.
Yep.
You are the only being that exists in time and space.
You are the beginning and the end.
It's
Yep.
began and being, same word, right? Same letters. Being and begin are the exact same word. That's why they say, boy, this English language is something else, boy. We just rearranging the same word. Like heart and earth are the same word, right?
Yep.
It's all the center, the core of your being, because you are the earth. Your body is what the book is talking about, if you're going to talk about it from a physical perspective. If you ever want to make this Bible physical, then the earth it's referring to is your body. But also you would say that your body is a projection of your beliefs. So when it's talking about body, it's not talking about the physical, it's talking about your body of beliefs. Because that's how your physical body is projected, based on your beliefs about it. So if you believe that nothing can harm you, hurt you, and that your physical existence is healthy, wealthy, happy, and wise, it shall be exactly what you say.
You know, I believe that, T. I don't even lock my front door.
That.
I don't tell people that I don't, but
Right.
I have nothing to fear.
Right. Because I was getting out of the habit of that, locking my car doors and all of that, and got to be locked up and got to have security sensors and all that. I'm just like, because that's why when people try to sell extra insurance, nope, I have the insurance that the law requires. Right? If something, I don't like purchasing a car. I was like, oh, do you want to get this extras? No, and I don't get extra insurance on my phones and all of that. If I rent a car, I'm not getting the extra insurance. Like, no, nothing is going to happen. And guess what? If something did, I got the money to cover it.
Amen.
But, like,
Amen
I
right
just
there.
don't plan for problems. I've learned not to plan for problems.
Especially when you're operating operating not in a fear-based mode.
Right.
I just had a conversation with my daughter, and she was describing me. I asked her what did she do when she confronted with this thing that she doesn't like. What does she do? And she says she runs into her room and grabs her chicken McNugget. It's a play, like a big pillow, like a chicken McNugget pillow, and she puts her face in it and cries. And I'm like, well, why do you cry? And she said, because I'm upset. I said, okay, well, why are you upset? I said, do you know who you are? And she kind of looked at me. I said, there's nothing, anything that's bigger than you. There's nothing. There's nothing for you ever to be afraid of. If anything, all those things that you're afraid of, if they understood, if you understand who you are, they all have reason to be afraid of you.
Yep. Yep. That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it. And with that being said, you know my football is on. Even though my Berry Bears ain't playing today, my football is on. I've already missed a couple of kickouts, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get into my football because yes, I am a football head.
Yes, me
Yes, I
too.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, the chat, everyone, for joining today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're still doing the Manifesting Wednesdays, of course. You know, that's when we speak more to specifically, you know, it's not going to be too much unlike this one, but this one isn't just so geared to talking about manifesting what you want. It's more about the beingness. But I know there are some things that people want to probably, you know, want more detailed information about. And so if you're willing to, you know, come out and join us every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, to join the manifesting group sessions where that's all we talk about is manifesting the reality and reminding yourself that your thoughts are creative. But every moment and every time, you're always bringing your thoughts into visibility. And at any time you don't like what you're seeing, change the film, which is what? Change your mind. When you change your mind, you change your world. You know, learn not to see life as a problem that you have to solve other than something to be experienced. Start seeing life as something to be experienced and not a problem to be solved. You're not problematic. You're not a math equation. You are infinite intelligence. You are the wisdom of the ages. You are the I am. You are consciousness, awareness experiencing itself. You're experiencing your thoughts, your beliefs. That's what you're doing. And that's it. You're just experiencing this thing we call life. You're dreaming this dream of life and you're experiencing it. That's it.
Amen.
Just
You are a gemstone remembering your brilliance.
ooh, ooh, beautiful.
I love that.
Beautiful. Oh,
I love that.
remembering
I
your
absolutely love that.
brilliance. Yes, yes. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thank you, Beck, as always. Kev, as always. Thank you, everyone in the chat. I appreciate you. You know, hey, guard your heart with all diligence because what? Out of it flows the issues of life, which just means to mind your mind. Mind your thoughts. Pay attention to what you're thinking about because what you think about, you bring about. So, as Neville would say, dream better than the best you know. You know, dream better. Dream better than anything you can think. Dream of, dream better than that. And then you dream better than it. And then dream better. And then, you know, just keep dreaming better than the best you know. All right, guys. Catch you guys later. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye. Thank you, TikTok and YouTube. Sounding off.